Started as a 17-year-old, was still studying at school and has managed to play on some of the big names in the competition, but quite extraordinarily, it has happened on 2 occasions here tonight because Andrew McLeod also celebrating 250 games of AFL footy, and when we talk about superstars, he ticks all the boxes, of course. Traded by Fremantle for Chris Groom back in the 1994 draft. Could have looked all right, the Dockers colours.
Absolutely. Chris Groom, he suffered a knee injury. If he had stayed out there, I don't know whether he would have given them the equal balance there, but look, once again, this bloke is an out-and-out champion, and that just went up to 1.2%, all right?
Importantly, Dermot, particularly for Andrew McLeod, he's playing almost career-best footy at the moment, reinvented himself at half-back, going beautifully, and the man that's had a lot to do with that, of course, is his coach, Neil Craig. He's down on the boundary with Tony Jones.
Well, Neil, on paper it looks like such a one-sided affair, but I suppose complacency can be such a terrible, lethal thing, can't it?
I totally disagree with you, Tony. I think on paper their side looks pretty good. They've got some real talent in their side, so I disagree with that.
Righto, well, let's try this one. Gary Ayres in the opposition box today. He'd still know a thing or two about the club, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. No, he'd know our players really well, so that could be an advantage for us.
All right, and Andrew McLeod, a terrific occasion for him, and you saw his resume up on the scoreboard there before. He's been a great servant. Have you made much of that during the week?
Early in the week, Tony, we did, but you're right, he's been a great player for our club, and our club's really lucky to have that sort of player represent it, you know, as we have with some of our other champions as well.
All right, good luck, Neil.
Thanks, Tony.
Good on you, Neil Craig there. Now, boys, just before I throw back, the Essendon Football Club approached Adelaide today and asked whether Dustin Fletcher and Andrew McLeod could toss the coin. Whether that happens or not, we'll find out a little later on. Back to you.
We will indeed, Tony. Have a lie down and catch your breath. Just coming up with Neil Craig there. Struggled a bit, Big TJ. Have a look at this Adelaide line-up for us, Derm, because it looks settled and it looks strong.
Yeah, wonderful balance in the back line, especially the meanest back line in the competition. Only concede about 11 goals a game on average. McLeod on the back flank, as you made mention, going over the rebound 50 line, going into the forward 50 line. Bassett, well, Dennis will be in his element tonight. Rutten, the All-Australian full-back. Then you look up the forward line, there's balance there. Rashudo in front of goals again, can play well. Henschel's kicked 12 goals in the last month. And Simon Goodwin, their #1 clearance player. In fact, he's their #1 in just about everything.
He is indeed, as we see here, Dermot. He's having a stellar season. We peel off Rashudo and also McLeod, but this man now sits very comfortably in that category. Have a look at these AFL statistics here. #1 for disposals and handball receives, #6 for clearances, #5 for inside 50s. He spent a lot of time out on the park. He's right under the noses of the umpires, Dermot, and that's why he's the 3rd favourite for the Brownlow medal. I reckon right now he would be right at the very top of the tree. He is a star, been unassuming, really getting some of the credit that he deserves at the moment.
Worth a punt with a little wager there, guys. Adelaide are only 15th in the last month for clearances, so Simon Goodwin will need to keep up to that average because that is one area that this team might have a chance against them. Dustin Fletcher, the champion of fullback. But look at the balance in this back line. If you go across there, Mark Johnson, we know what he's capable of. Fletcher, Welsh, their #1 rebounder. Lovett, Murray, can take a mark, can run forward. Kepler Bradley, he gives them balance at centre-half back. McPhee yet to hit his straps. Now that is a very good team on paper, and none of them are old. Fletcher's still running around in a relatively young body. In the middle, McVeigh will get a job, but it is up forward. Lucas and Johns need to be the creator of about 12 goals between them, either getting them or giving them off. They need to kick 14 to have a chance tonight.
Late change, as you can see there. Angus Monfries was dropped. He's back into the side, been given a reprieve. Paddy Ryder is the player who is missing. There's Courtney Johns. He's got rid of the long shag. He's started to smarten himself up. We'll need to be very busy tonight. We'll probably need to kick a few goals if the Bombers are going to be competitive. Who knows? We've had some big upsets this season. This would rank right up there. Maybe we'll get it as we go to the break. Before we welcome Dennis comedian Dwayne Russell, we pay tribute to that man, Dustin Fletcher, on 250 games.
It's a big show. Come on, set things right. Set them right. Yeah, it's a big show. Who's gonna burn this house tonight?
Saturday, Tim Allen, Alan Rickman and Sigourney Weaver, boldly searching for adventure but finding comedy of galactic importance.
Are we there yet?
Galaxy Quest, Saturday 7:30 on 9.
Right now at Target, get 15% off store-wide. Excludes iPods, computers, console hardware and gift cards. It's only on until Saturday, so load up while you can.
Hi, babe.
Have you been eating my soup again? Yes, you have.
As if. Heinz big and chunky. It'll make a man of you.
Imported dump dining furniture into the corner.
Huge savings like these. Solid pine dining plus buffet hutch, $9.99 the lot. Huge 9-piece dining, only $9.69. Office furniture, entertainment units, tables and chairs, saved up 51%. Le Cornu.
Collect a piece of history with the Heroes of the Socceroos official 2006 medallion collection. This sensational 16-page official album is your comprehensive guide to the World Cup and is free only with the token from this weekend's Sunday mail. And on Monday, the first official medallion is also free with the token in the advertiser. Get your free album this Sunday.
Check it out. Your butt SMS for your chance to win an iPod Nano Pack. There's one to win every day, and it's packed with cool stuff. So grab a Move now. Check the Move website for details.
Woo!
Imagine buying something worth $100 for $40.
This weekend,
$100 items for $40.
Saturday and Sunday.
$100 feather and down quilts for $40. And these are no ordinary quilts, they're winter weight. Cassette box construction, $40. All sizes, $40. $100 winter weight blankets, $40. $100 quilt cover sets, $40. $100 sheet sets, $40.
This weekend.
Even queen size electric blankets for $40. $100 items for $40. It's ridiculous.
There's big money to be won tomorrow in Lotto's record mid-year $27 million mega draw.
Sandra Bullock,
This is my matter.
calm down.
No.
Brought in to solve the perfect crime. She's the one thing they didn't count on.
Yeah, the profile doesn't fit the profile.
Murder by Numbers, Saturday 9:35 on 9.
A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer goes hand in hand with the greatest sporting apparatus ever invented, the remote control. All the exercise a bloke needs without getting off the couch. From cricket to golf to aerobics to fishing to aerobics to racing and back to aerobics. Yep, I'd love to mow the lawns right now, but my hands are full. Remote control in one, big cold beer in the other. And the best cold beer is Vic, Victoria Bitter.
They've probably got 5,000 more nuffs anyways.
It's none of my business. You can play that basketball crap all the time.
What happens, happens.
You look at Terry and you look at me, we're very different people. I hope. The game of beards up the back there, well, good luck to them.
That's an amazing effort, and they've still got 5,000 nuffs ahead of us.
It's not about winning games and going nowhere.
Oh, that's a loaded question, young man. Gee, I'm getting belted, aren't I?
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I'm not too bad. Very alert.
Can't remember. That's what I learned from the criminal court cases.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Adam, congratulations, mate. Fantastic achievement. Dustin, fantastic achievement. This is Adam. Good night, mate. Away team, so you can have a call, all right?
Toss of the coin to be conducted by the two men celebrating terrific milestones, 250 games, Dustin Fletcher and Andrew McLeod, and Dustin Fletcher will kick to the left of the screen. And what about the vision of Kevin Sheedy, the master? You could almost forget that his side is just languishing on the bottom of the ladder as we say good evening to Dennis Cometti.
He remembers, I can't recall the incident, not from criminal proceedings, but the tribunal, I reckon.
I don't recall the incident. Be one and the same. Dwayne Russell, good evening to you.
Evening. It might be an interesting battle of coaching minds. 26 years at the helm, Kevin Sheedy, and just 4 years at the helm, Neil Craig, the most experienced against one of the least experienced in the AFL.
Would be one of his greatest coaching achievements if he can manufacture a victory tonight against this Adelaide Crows outfit who have been simply superb to this stage of the season. Let's head back to Tony Jones, who's recovered. PJ.
Yes, thanks, Gary. Well, I've got got to say that he spoke about Kevin Sheedy. He couldn't have been more relaxed before the game, having photos taken with the locals and pressing the flesh and just generally having a gay old, well, a ripper old time before the game. But I've got to say also that a little more room down here tonight. No Doc Larkins tonight, but I've been on the internet in the afternoon and I've got to say, right on top of it, boys.
As always, PC. Thank you very much, Tony. It's picked up by Shirley, dragged down. Edwards back in the team, met solidly. Hill a hand pass. Friday night football is underway. Watson playing in very good form recently. Peverill comes back to Johnson, kicks it towards the wing. Sliding in there was Bolton, still going. Gets it out to Heffernan, over the top to McVeigh. Under pressure, kicks towards half-forward, stifled down there by Slattery. John Cock coming through. Peverill got a hand pass. Heffernan. Peverill on the deck, over the top, Edwards. John Cock emerges with the football. Overshoots Shirley, and the mark is taken by Watson. Watson sets it up on the lead. Down there is Johns and takes a very good mark. Courtney Johns.
Well, kicked his first goal a couple of weeks ago. Courtney Johns has been spoken about by Essendon supporters for a long time as perhaps the heir apparent to Matthew Lloyd, but just hasn't had a fair go. It had been cruel by injuries early in his career.
Impressive last week. Got the footy okay, but his kicking was lamentable. He's kicked 1-4 in the last 2 weeks. So Courtney Johns kicking like Courtney Love, but a chance here from about just inside the 50. Now sporting more modest hair. Rutten stands the mark. John sends the ball on its way. It is. It's a beauty. He loves it, if you'll pardon the pun.
Want a Pentax digital camera? An excellent computer too? Want an LCD screen? And a multifunction printer? Want a DVD player? Nothing's left out. DVD burner, LCD screen with speakers, printer, copier, scanner, internet access, Windows XP, 6 megapixel digital camera. And get this free DVD player if you flexi rent it or anything else over $1,500 at A&R.
So Kevin Sheedy's work in progress pays an early dividend. 4th season, 6th game for Courtney Johns, and they're on the board. On the ball up, Shirley, who got the ball from the last ball up. Didn't get the clearance. And it'll be brought back.
Now, Dustin Fletcher's gone and picked up Mark Rasciuto. Has had, well, not criticism, but sometimes suggested doesn't play on the best opposition forward. Well, he's certainly got the job tonight.
Joe Watson. Different player this year since he lost those 8 kilos over summer. Pokes it wide. Stanton having a good year as well.
It's one of the things with Essendon. They don't handball the ball a lot, which doesn't force them to run from behind, so they can get into a static routine. Like that, mark kick, and try and pick something else out down the line.
Fletcher on Rasciuto. Didn't have a massive game last week, Mark Rasciuto. Was hardly trained this week. 9 possessions last week, but did kick the 3 goals. Did the Roo. Ball back into play. Nice palm down to Winderlich by Hill. Little kick around the corner by Riley, though. It's it towards Bode on the wing. Back to Riley, the man who gave it to him. Wide ball, McGregor. Bradley with him. Ball thumped down. Henschel. McLeod, game 250. He just stops. Holds it up to McGregor. To Bode. Inside 50 to McGregor. Dowdy caught. Back to Bode. High balls at inside 50. Biglands comes hard with the fist. Knocks it down. Massey threw it away virtually. Hill got the handball out. Ball back alive. Picked up by Stanton. Hacks it towards half forward. They're looking okay early, the Bombers, close to the boundary line. And we'll get a ball in.
They have started well. That was a terrific effort. Great pressure down on Adelaide's forward line. And the challenge is how long can they maintain the rage. And this is the only way they can go about it, is just be fierce at the ball, pressure the opposition.
So far, lots of energy. Boundary throw in. Biglands directs it down. Solomon arrived quickly. Riley slaps it back into the pack. Edwards, the hurried kick, a high one, floats to the wing. Missed there by Shirley. Peverill got it out well to Wells, goes across the ground. Winderlich alongside the centre circles. Wants to go and does. McVeigh about 65 metres out from goal. Lucas is the target. He's been terrific in recent weeks, but he's beaten that time by Stevens.
Chase.
Not a big name. He played it very well. Stevens squares the ball. A bigger name. Rutten gets on the end of it, the All-Australian. Goes close to the boundary line. Wiley let it bounce. Runs away from McPhee. Very high ball. He'll up and under. Close to the boundary line. And Rashido made it look okay.
I love him here, and I love him in about round 16 when he plays his 300th for this great club. Inside 50, McGregor, dumped clear by Bradley. Bolton. The 1-2 at Welsh. Now the chip spearing pass toward the wing. Mark taken well by Slattery, Henry Slattery. Back home, West Adelaide boy.
Now you look at this, Dwayne. If we get the wide shot here, you see that there is nobody running from behind. They either run away from him or run from the centre of the ground to get side on. They get very little run from behind Essendon. And if they can find somebody to come past and receive a handball and break lines, they're going to be in better shape.
You're like Fellini calling the shots.
Win the leg well. You don't kick it in that man's direction. He gives it off to Bassett. Chip kick, and Bode's getting plenty of it early. Possession number 4. And it's cut off by McPhee and half-back for the Bombers.
To Fletcher. Centre half-back. Drives it across the ground. Solomon lets it bounce. Controls it well. Kicks down towards right half-forward. Going back with a flat Goodwin. Didn't get in the contest. Stevens did well. Goodwin didn't have the football as he went crumbing. Ball goes out of bounds, and I'm inclined to agree with him. He can't believe it.
Mark McVeigh got the job on Goodwin. He's been okay, McVeigh. Free kick, you'd reckon, there over the past few weeks, so that's a big ask. They've got 2 defensive forwards, though. They've got Mark Johnson and also Slattery on John Cock.
Thrown in. Biglands from behind. Edwards running out of space. Did brilliantly in a tight situation. Slips it away. Van Berlo. Goodwin. As the boys mentioned earlier, having a wonderful season. Kicks beyond the wing. Good mark, McPhee. That will be interesting. McPhee on Burton could be very exciting. Winderley inside the centre square. Plays on immediately. Welsh goes down towards half-forward. Hangs a long time in the air. And the mark almost at the second attempt. McLeod. Johnson falling to the ground. John Cock did well. Rutten kept his head. John Cock sends it up towards the wing. Unchecked. A chance now for Riley. One bounce going down towards right half-forward. Penetrating kick. Burton. Oh, and clever play by Henschel. It could have been pinned there, Henschel, but he did it very well.
Well, Dan, you called it beautifully. There's a lot to like about that. The kick was magnificent. The run out of defence from John Cock was superb. And the run from Burton, just watch this. This kick is superb, and then Henschel's work in between makes it look even better. Just got in between he and McPhee. Did enough to stop the run.
Brett Burton, we're right behind him. And he kicks a goal. He's in splendid form right now.
They know that we've got enough stock here and enough variety of stock to allow them to get the right thing for the right job.
Yates 25 kilo dynamic lifter, only $16.98. DeWalt 100mm heavy duty angle grinder, $98. Jumbuck silver patio heater, $199. 4 litre British ultra flat paint, $49.80. Gutter guards, 2 for just $4.
You know you're going to find the right thing you're looking for.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
18 goals for the season now for Brett Burton. Scores level. The bounce. Biglands versus the captain Hill. Edwards back into the team this week for Adelaide. To Bode. Getting a bit of it early. Slip. It's a throw.
Just scoop up, buddy! Just scoop up, mate!
There's your explanation.
Now, the 2 players that put a lot of work into, John Cock and McLeod off half-back, they are as dangerous attacking players as there are, so you just need to be aware of them.
Heffernan got it from Mark Johnson. Sends it long inside 50. Lucas can't get there in time. Massey. He knew the contact might come, but he put his body on the line to Doughty. Having another good year. Unobtrusive, but a very good player, Doughty. Every game bar 1 last year. Every game bar 1 so far this year. Burton kicks to half-forward for Van Berlo. And he'll be allowed to play on to advantage. Long to the square. McGregor's down there. One-on-one with Bradley. McGregor. Hand to it. Got a kick away. It's a behind.
Gee, that's strong running from Van Berlo. He ran 100 metres with somebody right on his hammer all the way, but just turned it into a battle of wills and a foot race to get that ball. McVeigh being the chasing player.
Fletcher brings it in. Close to the boundary line. Johnson, wide-eyed to Welsh. Pushing up from the back pocket. Pops it out wide. Heffernan averaging 15 possessions a game. back with the Bombers. That's an effective one. Several, good to see him back. Lovett Murray having a terrific season. Stanton from half-back, hand passes towards the wing to a contest. McLeod, clever. Van Berlo, good one. Now Wiley running down towards centre half forward. Half-distance kick. In the end it was nothing. Bounces away from Lovett Murray. He goes back with McGregor. That goes out of bounds.
Talk about good forward lines. This Adelaide forward line is one of constant movement. They all work hard to try and free up some space. So if they're not in the contest, because they run so hard, their backman has to go with them, frees up space from where they were.
Thompson, Marich, Knights and Mattner on the bench. Burton, I should say, towards full forward. And Rashido can't grab it cleanly. And the ball out of play. Speaking of the boundary line, Tony Jones.
Bit of old-style coaching going on at the moment, Dwayne. 11 minutes in and not one change from the interchange bench at the moment.
Dyson, Monfries, Laycock and Nash back into the team for the Bombers. Back into play. Hill, edge Bigland's under the ball. Bigland's the hip and shoulder. Jarred the ball free. Mark Johnson. Hard early. Keeps the ball in and will get a ball up. Just the 6 possessions last week, Mark Johnson. Overlooked for the captaincy in Lloyd and Herb's absence, but he's having a crack again tonight. Bode, Welsh, little push in the back, not paid. Ball still in that pack. Umpire will have to sort it out with another ball up.
Now, Van Berlo might find a bit of the footy because his opponent Stanton is trying to go around and tag Goodwin, and Goodwin's made up his mind that he's going to have McVeigh. That leaves Van Berlo as the one out of the 4 that they're not thinking about.
Bigland's knocked it down. Rashido in space. It bounces down towards full forward. Henschel snaps.
I think it's okay. It is. Clever goal.
Hey, if you switch to Amy, you're guaranteed to save at least $50 on your home contents insurance. Yeah. Do you know whose face is on the $50 note?
No, I don't know.
Oh, is it Carolyn Chisholm?
No, I think she's on the 10.
Oh, is it the Queen?
I don't think so.
It's Amy.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, well, it should be. Amy is saving us at least $50. She should be on it.
Right.
I'm going to ring, switch my insurance. I'm going to suggest that.
Lucky yours, Amy.
14 goals for the season now. Trent Henschel kicked 3-3 last week in a 13-possession game. Been in good form as well. Bounce to restarted. Hill down to Shirley. It's happened 3 times now. Edwards to Goodwin. The old firm. Back inboard to Shirley. Just gets the kick away in time and got a little push.
Too high. Back at the point where they
it'll
kick
come
it.
back. Rashido thinks he might have a shot, but it will come back inside the centre square.
Well, no doubting that.
In the act of kicking. Kicks again.
This time finds McLeod, dances around a would-be tackler, goes from 60 towards full forward. A couple slipped in the square, a couple slipped going after the football. Bode's got it now. He was taken high, surely.
And we'll get a free kick.
Bad luck.
Have a look whether he slipped or ducked.
Regardless, he
They
slipped. He did. He was unlucky, Kepler Bradley.
He was attempting to apply correctly.
Yeah, look, they are just so dangerous to it when they go forward. There is no half-hearted effort from that. They are onto everything, and that's what makes them a great unit. McLeod again. Sorry, Den McLeod again.
Sorry, guys. Just getting wound up I was. To sell this
goal. Bode comes in and
slots it.
These days, there's so much to worry about. Do you have enough? Is it better over there? What if it can mean you're living scared? MLC believes to make the most of tomorrow, simply make the most of what you got today. MLC, Investments, Superannuation, Insurance.
Now, McLeod again, I'm just looking at McLeod and Johncock. They're trying to take them right to the defensive line, but they're just staying 20 metres in front of their opponents.
Ivan Maric into the ruck. Ball palmed down by Hill. Edwards. Stanton got the wobbly kick towards full forward. Howell a bounce on its end. McLeod slips. Hits the behind post and we'll get a ball in.
How good was that by Goodwin? It didn't come off, but did you see that little backhand
Little scoop,
there? Very clever.
There's McLeod, down 250.
And Mark McVeigh,
There it is, the scoop.
oh, lovely, gets to stand out in the back of this all by himself.
Marriage, McVeigh, little fumble, gathers in the end, around the body by Solomon, across the face just. Surely a behind.
Saw Goodwin in the goal square. That's McVeigh's opponent,
Yeah,
so he's got to pay more respect when they're in their forward line.
Absolutely. If he had not fumbled, that could have been sailing through the big ones. It's just so unusual to see somebody unguarded that close to goal.
Careless kick, touched across the line by Stevens. John Cock did the kicking. The boundary throw in the margin 12 points midway through this opening term on Friday Night Football. How about that? They've got a run on. Unfortunately for the Bombers, they're running in the opposite direction, looking down the barrel of 9 losses in a row. It's a long time since that has happened.
It's 1934, I reckon, from memory.
Dick Reynolds won his first Brownlow.
He did, and Joel Reynolds got dropped.
Dennis was born. Only serious.
Shut that out. Throw it in. Marriage knocked it down. Solomon initially tried to soccer it, goes after it. Snatched away by Marriage. Jams it on the boot. Moved it about 10 metres. Well, 15 metres. And the mark is taken by Bolton.
He gave the little OA there. Ivan Merrick with the footy, tried to sell the dummy. Move it on, please, Mark. Play on.
Bolton. Across the ground then. Ooh, interesting. McGregor takes the mark. Thinks about going. Essendon exposed at the back. He kicks down towards half forward. Burton was tackled up the ball. It appeared that way. No free kick. Fletcher, Pepperell. Back to Fletcher. Bradley has it on the wing. Man on down the ground. That's Monfrey's just on.
Fair to say, Brett Burton was stiff.
He was indeed. Bradley. Interesting battle. Slattery over the top. Down goes Edwards and a strong tackle from Heffernan. Didn't have prior opportunity, according to the umpire.
No eyes there.
He put a bit of an act on it too.
Yeah, there was a bit of acting, but it was also there.
He was frisking it. Put your hands on the car. Put them where I can see it. Opportunity for Heffernan, running out of space over the shoulder. McVeigh, who's been a constant trier despite their losses in recent weeks. Welsh, not a good kick. Doughty did well, wanted it most. Burton on the overlap. Massey goes to half forward on a strong lead. Rashudo beats it to Van Berlo. 75 metres out into the path of Wiley. Wonderful football. And it started with Doughty across half-back. There was a triangulation of fire down the half-back.
That is a great point, Dennis, because the one thing that would irk Kevin Sheedy, he'd say, well, ability is something you're born with, you can utilise it or not, but the one thing you can work with is charging at the opposition when the ball is up for grabs, and quite frankly, the steam and the pace that he came through with, he just, Bolton just said, no, you're going for it, and I'll take second helpings.
Riley, 25 metres out, pops it through. Alarm bells are sounding for the Bombers.
Radio Rental's stock clean-out is now open. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must be cleared. Whew. TVs out there going up to 20% off. Fridges, freezers, washers and dryers are being cleared at up to 15% off. We're clearing hi-fis and home theatres at up to 25% off. DVD players are out the door at up to 15% off. And camcorders and digital stills cameras are up to 10% off. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must go. You'd be mad to shop anywhere else.
Really starting to motor in his career now, Brett Riley. It was pick 12 in that super draft behind Hodge, Ball and Judd. Crows took him pick 12 ahead of Nick Del Santo, who went at pick 13. From the ball up, Hill slaps it down, good, but another takeaway. Wobbles it towards half forward. Bradley, McGregor, Burton, McPhee. Boundary line, the sanctuary for the Bombers. And we'll get a ball in. He's got another big job tonight, Kepler Bradley.
Yeah, but Mark Bolton covered in the interchange bench, and I think you identified exactly why.
Well, that is one thing that Kevin Sheedy reckons you don't have to have ability to do. Run at the ball.
Hill, front spot, ahead of Marriage. Ball in a tangle of players, and we'll get a ball up just outside attacking 50 for the Adelaide Crows.
Just sensed a bit of an edge in Neil Craig's voice pre-game with Tony Jones, because the expectation is that they're going to go and run over the top of these guys, and I think he'll be feeling a bit more comfortable after this start. They are up and about, the Crows.
Late 20 minutes, speaking of up and about, Riley certainly is. Kepler Bradley gets back, drops the mark. Fletcher saves the day, as he so often does. Wobbles it towards the boundary line. Heffernan, great tackle, Van Berlo. Nash slipped the handball out to Peverill. McLeod, big one in game 250, and he's been pated.
Anyone would think it's a milestone game for this bloke. Have a look at that.
Oh, that's a mark. Todd still celebrating. It's gone to John Cock. Right half forward. Short to Shirley. All one-way traffic at the moment. Back to John Cock, who's marked about 40 metres out.
McLeod and John Cock. McLeod being tagged effectively by Slattery at the moment. McLeod paying him just little or no respect. He's now got Monfries. There's the grab again. And Andrew McLeod, in fact... sorry, Graham Johncock. Here's the other player that just, again, slips under the guard.
Coming off 13 marks last week, a career high. John Cock. Difficult kick on this ground. Starts it way too far left. Slides across the face. I think it was touched initially. Bradley smothered off the boot. It wanders out towards half-back Doughty. An emerging player on one knee to Thompson. Tries to go to Edwards. He's playing by Johnson in the opposite direction. Good one. Upended. Down goes Johnson under a strong tackle from Thompson.
That's how you run at it. Both players.
Number one starting team in the comp, Adelaide, and also the number one finishing team in the comp. Had the best last quarters as well. They are very well prepared.
Well, Hill just grabbed Marriage and threw him out of the way. Hardly the advantage of experience. There's Marriage. On to the call from 75 metres out towards full forward. In from the side was Shooter. That was Burton going past and almost got it. Watson to Heffernan. Lovett Murray from half-back punches it out towards the wing. Lucas.
Overcooked that. He had the right lead going there, Scotty Lewis. That's twice this quarter where he's really had his teammates further afield hanging above his head and give him no chance, Dennis.
Yeah, Kepler Bradley just running in. Needs to be a bit careful of that, particularly that part of the ground.
Marriage and Hill, they're having a good battle. Van Berlo, third man up. Kick to half forward. Lovett, Murray. Got the knockdown in the end. Toe poke. Forced it alive. Henschel's second effort dives in with Riley. And the umpire might be forced to sort this out. He was giving them plenty of time. It comes out to Watson. Loops the handball wide. Lovett Murray. And now they get their breather.
Yeah, Dwayne, he did pull the ball in, but I reckon the other angle would show it squeezed out the back, and he actually wasn't over the top of the ball. The rest of the pack formed on it.
Crows 7-1 at these throwing clearances.
Marriage in game number 2. Basketball till the age of 15 from Keilor. He's doing okay. Riley slipped out the handball to Doughty. Top of the square. Burton stays down. Heffernan. Deft deflection of Bradley to Lovett Murray. Fletcher. And a nice short pass to McPhee. Can hold it up if he wants. Didn't want to. Played on. High bomb. Magna flies. Can't mark it. Peverill on defensive 50. Kepler Bradley runs himself into trouble. And Matner is trouble. He's the number one tackler in this Crow lineup. McGregor. Handball out to Riley. To Edwards. To the free man. And it's Doughty. Marks on 50. And lines up for goal number 5 for the Adelaide Crows in this opening term. They had 5 goals on the board last week before Carlton had an inside 50. Long bomb. Beautiful bomb.
The Holden Commodore, Australia's top-selling car for the last decade, comes with a powerful Alloy Tech V6 engine as standard. But right now, during the end of financial year, Holden means a great deal more. The Commodore SVZ comes with a rear spoiler, leather trim, luxury sports suspension, 17-inch alloy wheels, and a 6-stack CD from just $32,990 drive away. Holden means a great deal more to Australia.
Disposals inside 50. Adelaide 18-3. Doughty, 7 goals on the season now. Marriage does okay too. Johnson stole it away though. Kicks it down towards half forward. Lucas, really sighted so far. Moves inside the centre square. Pulls it back towards full forward. At the back of the pack, a chance now for Nash. Hurriedly onto the boot. But straight across the boundary line. Not a good result.
He came on for Bolton, and he's just a player now. They're just trying to find someone that can at least make John Cock and McLeod accountable, and he's now got John Cock.
Rutten, Doughty getting a lot of the football. Bassett yanks it very high, but effectively enough. Thompson pushes back, takes the mark. Just outside the defensive 50. 31 plays 7, under 4 minutes, still three-quarter time. Shirley back on for Van Berlo, who played some quality minutes. McGregor tumbles and marks. Just shy of the wing.
Got a full vacant 50-metre zone at the Adelaide Crow forwards. They're leading back with the flight of the footy, which if you move the ball quickly is almost impossible to defend.
Riley's been good. Rashudo just forward of the wing. Kicks inside the forward 50. Everybody stays off the football initially. Lovat Murray punched it, taken by Bode, and he kicks a goal. Oh dear.
They call us the House of Haggle. $8 a metre, too much for a runner. Haggle. Fancy a shag? $150. Too much? Haggle. Is $80 too much? We'll haggle. 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 Is $129 too much? We'll haggle. Haggle. Now look, if you're too embarrassed to haggle, that's okay. Pay full price. I've got $100 rugs for $29, $200 rugs $69, $300 rugs $99. Haggle. Haggle. Is $99 too much? Haggle. Tomorrow, there's only 2 places to be on earth. Man Street, Hindmarsh, May North Road, Parafield. Haggle.
2 goals now for Matthew Bode. Kevin Sheedy with some work to do and turning into a good player, Matthew Bode. Bit by bit, just the 2 games last year and played every game this year. In fact, it's his 9th season and just his 93rd game overall after starting with Port Adelaide. Dyson tries to thread a handball out, got both, a handball and a kick. Found Solomon. High ball to the goal square. Rutten back there. Ball eluded him with the bounce. Bassett. Toe pokes it off the deck, coming off a 29-possession game, Bassett. Superb last week. Knights caught as the ball was kept in. Slattery also keeps the ball in. Getting back, Mark Johnson. Good knockdown. Tackle laid by Nash. Ball tied up again. Solomon got the handball out. Bassett goes in hard. So to McVeigh. Matner now over the ball. He's caught. And this time the umpire doesn't wait. He blows the whistle and will get the ball up.
Let's name names. The umpires tonight, Chamberlain, Ryan and Woodcock. And a bounce. Umpire Chamberlain about 30 metres out from goal. Essendon haven't been forward too often. Biglands knocks it towards the boundary. Monfries goes with the outside of the foot and hits the behind post.
Not a bad result. A throw in off the boundary on the behind post. Just almost goes to the top of the square. So it's pretty open and just need one clear position. Once again, McVeigh stands just about 7 o'clock off this boundary line throw in.
Adelaide by quite a margin, 30 points. It's more the way they're doing it. Matner at the base of that. And the umpire just letting them play. Like a cage match.
Dan, that's the Adelaide Crows forward line right there. Now we speak about taking Fletcher up out of his comfort zone. Rashudo, that's him, the player right on the centre half forward line. You watch when the footy comes down.
Just need a couple of tumbleweeds down there. Nash, Slattery, McVeigh, well done. Solomon dragged down. Nash pulls it across the body and bounces it through for a goal.
Peter de Graves opened the Cascade Brewery in 1824 and soon after invented the first beer can. Holding 30 gallons, the new beer can was an instant success. The invention was only marred by an increase in back problems caused by people trying to take home a six-pack. Much experimentation with packaging followed, resulting in the convenient size we know today. So thank you, Peter de Graves, for knowing how much of a good thing is a good thing. That's the Cascade way.
And
you can do that 10 metres from goal.
Yes.
As a forward, yeah.
Nash back home, a Central District's boy. Laycock in the ruck. Dropped the kick towards half forward. Dyson. Stanton. Chance for 2 within a minute. Misses. Only a behind. So 6 goals in 18 minutes for the Adelaide Crows. And Essendon have been able to get 1 back in the meantime. And we're inside 90 seconds to quarter time.
McLeod told to hurry up. Drives it outside the defensive 50. Bigland's in front. Laycock from behind knocked it down. McVeigh outnumbered. Ratner, strong tackler, got him down. Johnson and Knights. That's Knights who follows that ball across the boundary line.
He's working hard, Mark McVeigh. He's working really hard. He's laid 4 tackles to this stage.
Done that for a few weeks.
Yep.
One of their better players. In the string of losing games. He's in there again, dragged down. Johnson emerges with it, taken down by the big man Biglands. Slattery kept it in front, well played. Well done by Monfries, had it, lost it. Bassett hurriedly out of the congestion, floats it close to the boundary. Very close. Out of bounds on the full.
Two Bombers competing to see who got there first for the kick then.
That's the fastest they've both run.
Stanton and Lucas. Then Lucas won there. High fly by Burton. Tried to take the big one. Couldn't. Solomon got the handball out. Cut off by Stevens, who's been good in this opening term. To Rutten, to Stevens, to Rashudo, who's come back to half-back to help out. Wide to McGregor. Inside 40 seconds. Possession number 7 for McGregor. Spears the pass inboard to Shirley. Also a good first term. They're building to something. Rashudo, possession number 5. Dowdy, 25 seconds left. Bounces the midfield, slips. Almost caught by McVeigh. Got a kick away. Fortuitously lands toward Massey. Couldn't grab it. Laycock. Seconds being eaten up here. The Bombers will be happy to hear the siren. Lucas caught. Natner. 2 caught by Heffernan. 6 seconds. Boundary line, and we'll get a ball in. And you doubt there'd be enough time for a clearance and a kick.
It's exciting, though.
Nothing wrong with the Bombers' effort in this quarter whatsoever. They're having a big go at it. Bit of a class difference at the moment.
Thrown in. Biglands, but siren sounds. Quarter time. Adelaide getting the start. Gary Ayres knows this ground and this state particularly well. Knows the team that he's helping coach against tonight. Quarter time. Friday night football. Adelaide 6-1-37. Essendon 2-2-14.
Hello again. Police suspect the same man is responsible for 2 hold-ups in Adelaide's north today. Both targeted service stations at Parafield Gardens, and on each occasion the bandit's weapon was a machete. These security pictures are the best hope of a breakthrough. And Socceroos coach Gus Hiddink is optimistic of star midfielder Harry Kewell being fit for the start of Australia's World Cup campaign. Kewell has taken part in a practice match at training and should play in next week's final warm-up match. 16 and a shower or 2 tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Local? Yeah, we're local.
Michelle Leslie. You found her guilty.
Go away!
Busted for drugs in Bali.
Michelle Leslie.
But don't be so sure. Wait till you hear her story. Also, madness on Mount Everest. How could they leave a man for dead?
You shouldn't leave someone to die.
You did.
No, you did.
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday 7:30 online.
Grand final win.
Hope the Premier!
Go Bombers! I'd just like some socks and jocks.
The new AFL Coles My gift cards. Just what footy fans always wanted. Available at Kmart, Myer and Target. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Bravenmore's biggest ever 4-day sale. Starts Thursday and Sunday.
All items heavily reduced by up to 70%. Photo frames, $12. Oil paintings, 30 to 50% off. Prints, 50% off. Starts Thursday and Sunday. Framing World, Unley, Norwood and Sefton Plaza.
Right on target. Target only your grey hair with Just for Men hair colour. In 5 easy minutes, grey's gone for a natural look.
You nailed me.
Just for Men. Right on target.
Classic timber furniture are now on sale, and they've taken 10 to 50% off store-wide. Save on dining, sofas and Chinese antiques. 10 to 50% off everything at Classic Timber Furniture.
The Stihl catalogue is out now and packed with savings like chainsaws, trimmers and blowers to hedges, pressure cleaners and combos. Everything you need for the garden, home or professional is in our catalogue. Grab one today from your nearest specialist dealer.
All good things must come to an end. The ever-popular Mazda 3 is finally in run-out. And Mazda Tribute run-out deals, they're good to go. Mazda 6 gets all the goods. Now it gets a good deal more, but for a limited time only. Mazda dealers, delivering the goods now.
Prepare for the FIFA World Cup with Gillette. Show your passion, your pride, your devotion. Gillette M3 Power Nitro. Turn it on. Nothing shaves better. For Gillette's closest, most comfortable shave. Win tickets to the FIFA World Cup in Germany. See participating stores for details.
The 2006 Toyota AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by National Australia Bank, helping you get what you want. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. And AMR Computers, the team to beat for great value and service.
Welcome back to Amy Stadium. Quarter time here sees the Adelaide Crows take a 23-point lead over Essendon. Matthew Bode, the only multiple goal scorer on the ground today. A few highlights there for the man celebrating his 250th game, Andrew McLeod. Some beautiful work. It was the tackling of the Adelaide Crows that is as impressive as anything else. They really went after it. We'll talk about it further because a man who knows this ground very well, he used to coach the Adelaide Crows, he's now an assistant with Essendon, is Gary Ayres.
Well, Gary, the scoreboard might not reflect it, but they had a real crack in that quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, Tony. Look, that's all we wanted because we felt we didn't do that last week. But if you look at their 6 goals, I reckon we probably contributed 3 or 4 of those with just some undisciplined tackles, and I reckon we turned the ball over a little bit too much, and they pounced because they're a good side.
And just quickly mix it up a bit this quarter, try a few things?
Yeah, well, we are because their second quarters aren't all that great. So hopefully we can just get a little bit closer at half-time.
How the crowd?
Terrific, I love them all.
Gary Ayres joining us there. Guys, I'll tell you a bit about Mark McVeigh later in the quarter too. He played in that term under a bit of duress. Back to you.
Good on you, Tone. Tony Jones doing some marvellous work down there.
He was good, McVeigh. He had to go up against the interchange rotation of Goodwin and Thompson, and noticeably close to the Essendon goals, Thompson and Goodwin both decided to give him latitude, stand on the defensive side of the pack and let him have a good look at the footy.
Second term, Friday night football. Margin 23 points. Essendon with some work to do because looking at those flags, Adelaide running on the breeze in this term. Watson out of the middle, kicks it about 30 metres. Over the ball, Doughty as he carried forward. Stevens could have been pushed in the back. Still they ramble after it in there. And that ball's slow to release.
Monfrey's at the forward pocket. He now has...
He's trying to attract him. He's trying to attract him. Andrew McLeod sort of looking at him and going, well, listen, you come to me, buddy. I'm playing 250.
Biglands. Edwards knocked it back. Goodwin dragged down, got the kick away. Bode, 2 goals to his credit. Biglands once more. Doughty, that's the second time he's gone down. In trouble, Shirley wrestled to the ground. Peverill at close quarters. Releases Johnson. Johnson goes to half forward. Bassett in from the side, knocked it away. Stevens being very reliable. McLeod inside his own defensive 50. Kicks out wide to Shirley. Riley up ahead. He's got it now. Riley looking towards half forward. 3 on 2. He's got the coverage. Pulls it back towards the middle. Taken by Van Berlo, who ran hard in the opening term. McGregor gets on the end of it, 55 metres out.
Brent Riley needs an opponent and needs one pretty quickly.
McGregor towards the pocket. Burton's in front, almost a clever mark, missed it. Johnson, Bradley, and now Watson. Winderlich, half back, running out of space. Heffernan, they do tackle well, bear that in mind. And it's deliberate.
And it's been the most impressive thing, as I said here, on this Crows team. All the other skill stuff will come naturally. It's just their application that's been so impressive.
Prosciutto gave to Biglands. Just a high kick inside 50. Big fly by Henschel. Couldn't bring the mark down. Bode going at goal number 3. Bounce was ugly for him. And Henschel can't keep it inside the boundary line. Will get a ball in.
8 possessions for Bode. He's got a bit of the footy that he's been able to get onto that left foot and snap towards the Adelaide goals. Inside 50 possessions. Crumming.
Adelaide 9 throwing clearances to Essendon's 1 so far. Biglands knocks it down. They might get another one here. Riley just bumped out of it, still over it, and still tackling. And we'll get a ball up, and the man Gary said needs an opponent. Riley has had 10 possessions.
He starts on the wing, Kepler Bradley being helped off by the trainers. He starts on the wing, Mark Johnson starts next to him, then off they wander. We'll go down and talk to Tony Jones at some stage and get the prognosis.
Big bounce this, too far out for Essendon to try and rush it. Fletcher kicks it. Danger again. Downey and Winderlich. Ball still alive inside 50 for Adelaide. Edwards half tackled, got it to Burton. He's a long low to the ball. He goes all the way to the square. Cuts through for a behind, but he can kick a long way. Burton off one step. Let's go down to Dr. Tony Jones.
Yes, thanks very much. Well, it's definitely not a stinger. You can see he's done his ankle there. He was hobbling off on it, and this is the incident where he does it, and you'll see it just rolls round about there. So, look, it could be anything from ligament damage just to, thank you, Gary, to a bad sprain.
Could be a knee or a hip, too.
It could be a headache. Lovett Murray to Winderlich. Back he comes to Lucas. Lucas around the boundary line with a kick. Good kick too. Heffernan just in from the boundary, but they're under pressure. 38 plays 14, early going second term. Good night for footy. Rained a lot in Adelaide yesterday, so a bit slippery underfoot. We've seen that with 1 or 2 players. Lucas back to where it originally came from. So they're working it around. Slattery goes to Watson.
Now what's happening though is Adelaide are just like the old days. They're like one of those space invaders. The whole team is shuffling down to really pressure the team here.
Welsh, Fletcher.
And they look up and there is just Adelaide jumpers everywhere when the kicker looks up. Notice every possession Essendon has is a marked kick. They can't get any run. 7 possessions for Fletcher towards the wing, reaching over the top. Fine mark is taken there by Stevens. His game growing in stature all the time.
In just his 43rd game, 7th season, started at Sydney. Goes to Prosciutto, does Stevens, and he sends it wide to Burton, who, as we said, can kick a long, accurate ball. He's got 2.
There are some things you just wouldn't miss, like Falcon SR for only 32 AAA drive away with $7,000 worth of special extras. There's alloy wheels, sports suspension and sports trim and lots more for a very special 32 AAA drive away, but only for a limited time at participating Ford dealers.
Well, he's like Paris Hilton spotting a waterbed. His eyes light up and away he goes, Brett Burton. From long range, that was a lovely kick. Biglands knocks it down. Goodwin was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick.
Adam McPhee, he can't run with Burton. He's all right in the stop play, but he gets lost in traffic.
McLeod drives it out wide. Shirley will get on the end of it and keep running. Shirley, about 60 metres from home, pulls it back. Bode launches himself. Riley, beaten everything, snaps towards goal and misses comprehensively. Behind.
And here is the problem for Essendon. Unless they can find something that'll get them up around the wing, they just choke down on it. Adelaide, they got a show here.
Gotta go back.
No. The bucket, he's got to wait till it's given to him. Got to wait till it's given to him.
Confusion over the ball and the bucket. If you didn't hear that, Fletcher to love it, Murray. We're confused here too, but that's what we're told. Wide ball, Watson. Possession number 9 for him. That's better. Solomon. He made it tough for McVeigh. Highest possession getter for the Bombers last week, McVeigh, so he's in good form. Heffernan needs to hit a target. He goes long. Hills inside 50. 2 Crows flying, spoil it. Ball knocked down to Slattery. Bends it around the body and misses.
First time though, Dwayne, in their attempt, I would say those 2 or 3 handballs they had up there around the wing were the first handballs they've had in 4 or 5 minutes, and it forces them to run through the lines.
Hey, McLeod to Bassett.
That's it there, now.
That was a good one.
Thanks, mates.
Joe Watson getting them going here. He's winning footy.
Edwards just forward of half back, drives it beyond the wing. McPhee outmanoeuvred there by Burton. Clever. Burton onto the loose ball. He's 60 metres out. Sets it up this time towards the kick-off line. Solomon wrestles. Wonderful mark, McGregor.
Look, this is the structure of this forward line, is that regardless of what happens and how the balls move, they always have one at the top of the square, so there's a get-out if you want, and Burton got into a bit of trouble. He just knew he could belt to the top of the square. There's always someone presenting, regardless of which side of the ground the ball comes forward. This is a very, very good forward line. In fact, you'd learn a lot just coming and watching them work.
And still a few key players to come back. McGregor, 25 metres out. No Welsh, no Perry. It doesn't matter. They're racking up a score.
These days, there's so much to worry about. Do you have enough? Is it better over there? What if? It can mean you're living scared. MLC believes to make the most of tomorrow, simply make the most of what you've got today. MLC, Investments, Superannuation, Insurance.
And we give thanks to peer group pressure, as Ken McGregor only nominated for the draft because all his mates were. And he's turned out to be a great player. From the ball up, Heffernan, a little ridden. In fact, the Adelaide Crows took Ken McGregor instead of Matthew Pavlich. They had the choice of one 17-year-old player, and they went for Ken, and no one picked up Pavlich in that draft. Went to Fremantle the next year. From the ball up, Welsh, wide to McPhee. He needs to pay them back a little bit. 4 possessions for McPhee. Pops it over the top to Winderley. So a possession-based attack here for the Bombers. Spearing pass to Nash. Already got one. This kick half smothered. Ricochets to John Cock. Worst of all possible options, because they'll set it up again. Doughty, half-back flank for the Crows. McGregor working all the way down to half-back to McLeod. Pops it over the top to the wing. And Riley takes another mark.
If you look at the stats at Adelaide, they almost go 1 kick, 1 handball for their games. Just fractionally, ever so fractionally more in kicks, but they just get such a good running game out of it.
Biglands who got it from Riley. Henshaw cleverly swings it back towards full forward. Wonderful mark was Shudo. And consider the quality of the opposition.
Once again, though, Rashudo's starting position on Fletcher was 40 metres out from goal. This is where it started in the back half, the smother from Riley. But when the ball came forward, Mark Rashudo was running back. See, you can just see in the corner of the screen, he's running back towards goal. Props uses his strength. Dustin Fletcher plays his best footy from the goal square, looking up the ground and working out how to defend.
He just controls everything, doesn't he? But once you make him turn his head...
Yeah, that's it, not running back with the flight.
But that goes for all the great fullbacks as well.
In some doubt coming in, Mark Rashudo. No doubt about that.
Yeah, we got a tool shop here. It's pretty good in there. I go in there sometimes to grab a tape measure or something, spend 15 minutes walking around thinking about the things I wouldn't mind picking up when I get paid.
Bosch lithium-ion cordless driver, $66. Outdoor bistro blinds, $125. GMC 1800-watt electric chainsaw, $99. 12 rail clothes era, $6.90. If you happen to find a cheaper price on a stock item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Pretty hard to come in and not see something that you need.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
7 separate Adelaide goal kickers for that 9 goals 3. Up they fly. Hill trying to get the secondary tackle laid. And McVeigh gets the kick out of the middle. Lucas, ball knocked down. Peverill lays the tackle. Ball knocked clear by Stevens. Thompson, McLeod, Edwards. Bassett waits for the bounce. Not a bad option, McLeod. Here they go. McLeod bounces through the midfield. He's got some space and some speed. Pokes it to half forward. Rashudo, nearly the one-hander. Normally pulls them down. But don't argue. Runs to 50. Could have had a shot. Went for the unselfish option of Burton. Ball knocked free by McPhee. And Slattery accidentally knocks it across the boundary line. We'll get a ball in. There it is. Well, you're not coming with me.
Fantastic by Mark Rashudo. Knocked it down to his own advantage. Knew where it was going.
What's this in front standing all by themselves?
Play on! Interesting question, Derm.
Shirley.
Oh, I thought you meant the crowd.
No.
Tied up on the 50.
Yeah. Oh, but that was extraordinary. Boundary line throw-in, 50 metres from goal, and Robert Shirley standing all by himself directly in front of the ruckman. There he is, the furthest man on our screen in the centre.
Got him. Bounce. Hill up very high. Goodwin going into that pack. Hill flicks it back. Heffernan met by Shirley close to the boundary line. Edwards running out of space. Somehow kept it in. Somehow emerges with the football. Stops. Finds Thompson. Time the release. They stay off Thompson. Question of accuracy. And what was that? Ah, dear.
Go up and ask Angus Monfries.
Too much time. Just too much time to think and concoct.
Coming off a 28 possession game as well, Scott Thompson. Got 2 Brownlow votes last time these two teams met in round 11 last year. Fletcher, Stanton. Burton holds him up. Possession number 6 coming up for Brent Stanton. Improving with each game. 18 possessions last week. This is shocker.
That's an example of John Cock not really having to worry about an opponent. He just goes where he thinks the footy's going to go.
John Cock over the top to Van Berlo. From 60, pokes it towards full forward. Rashudo can't even get the one-hand out of this time. Henschel. Rashudo turned around. He was screaming for the free, and Henschel got the free that he thought was his.
I didn't think so. Just over the ump, mate.
I think the ump gave it because he's worried about the big roo going over. Having a chat to a bit of square up, quick, smart.
Side 50s. They've been. This is their 8th time in there now. This quarter. See what they can sense blood already.
Well, Henschel
killed Adelaide.
Isn't the most sure-footed goal kicker at the best of times. He has those little Fred Flintstone flutter steps. Here they go. Couple. It's the last 3 steps that count. And he kicks the goal.
Radio Rental's stock clean-out is now open. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must be cleared. Whew. TVs out there going up to 20% off. Fridges, freezers, washers and dryers have been cleared at up to 15% off. We're clearing hi-fis and home theatres at up to 25% off. DVD players are out the door at up to 15% off. And camcorders and digital stills cameras are up to 10% off. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must go. You'd be mad to shop anywhere else.
Got to say, unorthodox approach by Henschel, but effective. A black tracker would think he was following 7 men. Edwards. Windelek did well. Still going. Van Berlo's got the football advantage, won't be paid. Thompson. Well, they're getting free on that side all the time. Goodwin plays on, 60 metres out, long towards full forward. Rashudo from behind. Well, plenty of bombers up. Burton stayed on the ground uncharacteristically, twisting, turning, snapping. High, over the top, hurried goal, Henschel. Was the boot inside the line? You betcha. He's got 3. A rout.
Hey, if you switch to Amy, you're guaranteed to save at least $50 on your home and contents insurance. Yeah. Do you know whose face is on the $50 note?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, is it Carolyn Chisholm?
No, I think she's on the 10.
Oh, is it the Queen?
I don't think so.
It's Amy.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, well, it should be. Amy is saving us at least $50. She should be on it.
Right.
I'm going to ring, switch my insurance. I'm going to suggest that.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Yeah, well, they've got to try something, I suppose, the Bombers, but no doubt about the goal. Looked a little, look, from up here, it might have been not over, but it certainly wasn't. Good decision, good goal, and stand by. This might get very ugly.
Kicked 3 goals last week, Trent Henschel. He's got 3 already, and we're still 9 minutes away from half-time. He'll get the takeaway. Thompson ducked into that tackle. Umpire read it well. Hill can't get the handball out. Stanton got the kick. Touch straight up in the air. Watson, finally the takeaway. Rolls it towards half-forward. But again, they're under siege, the Bombers. Quick fire handball, superb. To Bassett. Chips at McGregor. Play on quickly. Back to Bassett. He ran straight through the roadblock. And Rashudo's on the end of the pass.
Now, you will hear the paint peel off the wall in the Essendon club rooms at half-time. It's bad enough when you have somebody let a tackle go through. But when you get 2 or 3 in succession...
Well, sorry, Mark, just jumping in. Look at these Adelaide Crow blokes in the middle of the ground. He's laughing on his way back, Nathan Bassett. He was laughing as he was wandered back to his mark. Sorry, mate.
No, go for it, mate. It's just... You cannot excuse endeavour or effort. Ability, yes, you're born with it, you maximise it. But endeavour and effort is something you can control, and you can stick tackles if you really want to.
Mark Rashudo on track to tonight become the 2nd greatest goal kicker ever for the Adelaide Crows, behind Tony Modra. He's got 262 for his career, 2 goals for the night, and Darren Jarman just ahead of him on 264.
We can sort of, you don't have to be Einstein to predict this is going to get pretty ugly, but it's not so much the gap in the position on the ladder, it's more so the way they're going about it, Adelaide. They are just fierce. They look absolutely relentless. And they're sharp. And they look hungry enough to really want to inflict some damage. That's why if you're a Bomber supporter, you'd be... Well, you know probably what's going to happen.
But even then, when he is running forward and confronted with Hill, who's virtually got him blindsided, you fear for Bassett's safety, but he breaks the tackle. It's a complete reversal of what you expect.
Marriage knocked it down, taken away by Watson inside the forward 50, and the mark is held by Lucas. Last 10 minutes disposals, 33-14 inside 56-1. Goals for to Zipperuni, all Adelaide.
What was it?
0. I was just ad-libbing. Lucas hasn't seen a lot of the football tonight. It's that sort of night we might have to start making up words. Lucas.
Great kick.
It is a good kick. It's a goal. They've got their 3rd, belatedly.
Standard broadband not fast enough? You need A&R's ADSL2 Plus broadband. Up to 50 times faster than standard broadband. And up to 400 times faster than dial-up internet. No dial-up cost. Don't tie up your phone line. No setup fee. Get a free modem for less than $1.40 a day. A huge 5 gig limit. A&R ADSL2 Plus broadband. Internet that's smoking.
6-3 to 1-1 in this term. Adelaide, of course, with the 6-3. Hill, the knockdown. Tackle high, according to the umpire, and Goodwin will take it. So yet another takeaway, and he goes towards Burton. Big fly and gets the free. Had his arms whacked.
Gee, there's room ahead.
And he can always kick it from there.
Oh, there's room for a lead if he wants to honour it.
Wants to go for the lead. Fletcher in the hole, holds the mark.
Went to the wrong one, he should have gone to Rashudo.
Pokes it to Laycock. Marks on defensive 50 to Heffernan. His kick wide. And the mark taken by Courtney Johns.
Play on, son. Get it forward.
And he does. Hill was waiting for it. Hands off to Stanton. Good movement this for the Bombers. Goes to full forward and Lucas takes the mark. Did he think about playing on?
Quickest ball transfer they've had from end to end tonight for Essendon. And what do we get? One bloke with a one out close to goal. They just, look, they're not going to win. You don't think they're going to win. It'll be a miraculous comeback if they do. But they have to take chances when they win the ball around the centre of the ground and just play on regardless, Essendon, to try and give these forwards a chance to kick a score.
Kicked 3 goals last week and has 2 tonight.
Yeah, we got a tool shop here. It's pretty good in there. I go in there sometimes to grab a tape measure or something, spend 15 minutes walking around thinking about the things I wouldn't mind picking up when I get paid.
Bosch lithium-ion cordless driver, $66. Outdoor bistro blinds, $125. GMC 1800-watt electric chainsaw, $99. 12 rail clothes era, $6.90. If you happen to find a cheaper price on a stock item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Pretty hard to come in and not see something that you need.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kevin Sheedy working the phones. Got Lucas 23 goals for the season. 4 marks tonight. Took a career high 15 against Hawthorn back in round 5. Still presenting a target, but it's not going down there often enough. Van Berlo to half forward. Burton in the grasp. Went to ground quickly. McPhee emerges with a football. Welsh under pressure. Well, they lead in all directions to the ball, the Bombers, but didn't make a very good fist of it. Fletcher goes after it, socket in the wrong direction by McPhee. Oh, brilliant by Burton. Look at him crawl after that one. Desperation plus. He's a master crawler. The hand pass comes to John Cock, and John Cock kicks the goal. Wonderful by Riley. Quick hands.
Right, wonderful by Burton. Just effort. He was the bloke that presented to the footy when it came out of the middle. Let's not forget that. He was the one that pushed up hard and ended up getting tackled and dispossessed, I think, by McPhee. But then, such as his work rate, such as his fitness, it allows him to do this sort of stuff. This in itself is a great effort. There's about 3 or 4 efforts in there. But you forget that he started it back up at centre-half forward.
Having another magnificent game, Brett Burton. He'd have a few Brownlow votes racked up already, but the trouble is, he's not eligible. 13-4 to 4-3. Half-time can't come quick enough for the Bombers. Laycock in the ruck against him, Marich, who's doing well. He lays the tackle, Marich. Ties the ball up in the middle. Tony Jones on the boundary.
Yeah, Kepler Bradley, we probably won't see him for the rest of the night. He's in the rooms at the moment being treated for, as we predicted, Gary, ankle ligament damage.
Worked off. It's good. Thompson to Goodwin. Another clearance to half forward to Bode. Play on touched. He heard the call as well. He was quick to release it. Van Berlo releases it towards attacking 50. Burton thought about crawling after that one, but Knight's got it. Gave to Rashudo. Handball quick fire to Henschel. Too quick for him. Slid out by Thompson. Knight's got it to Burton towards full forward, and now Fletcher takes the saving mark. Plays on quickly. He's got a couple of Bombers wide. Peverill.
See, there was 3 of them there, and they should have shepherded and run it and looked out for each other. Instead, they go back into traffic, and now they have static footy.
Lovett Murray, dangerous, back to Fletcher.
But this is why Adelaide have been so good. Again, maybe it's the Richmond experience, but their pressing and manning up has been first rate.
Lovett Murray from defensive 50 goes wide. Mark Johnson, Henschel, big fly, couldn't bring the mark down, and Laycock out of bounds is just about a win.
As a result, they win the footy back and get a 50-50 contest right on centre wing.
Margin 55 points. Marich knocked it down. Laycock smothered off the boot. Socket forward by Burton. Gained about 25 metres. Still in. Solomon going to ground. Over the top comes Thompson. The boundary throw it. 4 minutes till half-time. A half dominated by the Adelaide Crows.
McVeigh peels out the back. You see him running out of screen now.
Laycock hits it back towards the boundary. Nash.
Look at the tackle.
It's been ferocious. That tackle came from the big man. The kick from Rashudo. Off hands and across the line. The ruckman followed up.
Refusal to concede anything, Dennis, which when you're, 60 points or near enough to 55 points ahead, they're still not conceding anything, chasing everything down, tackling every Essendon player down, no easy possessions.
Now, look, they leave the front of this open. The Adelaide players will run through towards goal and run onto it. Hope that's the plan.
Yep.
And it was completely open. Now, that's good team play. That's a set routine.
All their forwards, but Rusciuto in particular, is pushed outside 50. Try to get some space.
And they leave the goal square open, so you run into no oncoming traffic if you do receive it.
Marriage looking to lay it down into one of those corridors. Heffernan moved it about 5 metres. McVeigh, quick hands. Johnson did nicely. McPhee on the burst then, running it up towards centre-half back. Back to Johnson. Mark Johnson inside the centre square. Van Berlo. Oh, clever mark. Plays on. Rusciuto. He's never looked back to him since we gave him the Nobel Prize. Here's a chance now for Thompson. Back to Rusciuto. That's Van Berlo we're talking about. Educated beyond intelligence. Off hands, close to the boundary line, out of bounds.
We had him in it.
What's
we
he
already
doing?
put him into a job in NASA, didn't we?
We told him at half-time to clear up global warming.
He's a geophysicist and he does study the movement of tectonic plates.
Love him.
When he's not studying opposition wingman. Ball back into play. Marriage.
Okay, women or wingmen?
It's not like a dish pig.
Rusciuto. 50 from goal. A rare fumble from him. Winderlick. Nash. Pokes it wide. Lucas. A handball. It's it over the top beautifully to Stanton. Spearing pass towards Hill. He gets there. Takes the mark in front of Rutten. Winderlick. Secondary chance. Ball knocked down by Winderlick towards Johns. Winderlick can't get a foot on it. Matner rushes it through for a behind. Desperation despite the scoreline.
Exactly. It's like the last 2 minutes of a grand final, the way they played that.
But they were a chance. They took the risk. At this scoreline, you don't mind them taking the chance. They'll learn out of that type of footing.
Dowdy involved there to Knights. Around the outer side, the kick from Stevens. Biglands was up, couldn't hang on. Looking his footing. McPhee, hand passes forward. They work it around the outer side. This is Welsh. He comes back to the middle. They've got the numbers in midfield, Essendon, just for the moment. Winderlick. He's a peep in the rear vision mirror. Goes long down towards full forward. Bassett coming back, and that was wonderful coordination by Bassett. Somehow found the ball in flight.
Rise on the footy.
Wide to Shirley. And they'll reload down the outer side. Adelaide. Thompson's got a panic. Has one. He can have a second if he wants to. Now a third. Doesn't want to waste the possession. Goes towards Marriage. Laycock could spoil court. Henschel. Ball still in dispute. Comes up. McPhee's direction. Tackled. Not in possession. You heard it. McPhee's free. Play on advantage. Lucas. Run on Scotty. Slattery. Half forward flank. 80 from goal. Comes inboard to Laycock. Marriage won't get there in time. He holds him up though, Marriage. And now Peveril on attacking 50. Just beyond his range. Hill's in the goal square. He's got a one-on-one with Rutten. Now the lead from Hill. It's ignored. Peveril loads up long towards the goal square. Flyers go up. John's got a hand to it. Lucas is on the left. And he rolls through a behind.
Why do you have the big bloke, Hill, on the lead? I don't understand.
Because he marked one on the lead out here. He thought he'd try it again.
Okay. Habit forming.
But fair enough. If you do see the split in the open ground, it does magnetise you towards it.
Well,
as long as it's not a team plan that you stay at home.
He's the new captain. They should kick it to him. Here's Henschel.
You can't blame a bloke for running at the footy if it's his natural instinct. You prefer that than the other direction.
Riley dropped it. Welsh. Where's the skipper now? In his direction, out he comes, hands to it, couldn't hang on, collides with a teammate. Peveril was the man who sent it in. McLeod, and now Bassett pumps it out, tracks it out, under no real pressure, gets a hand pass ahead, and Massey has it. Took a bit of poison chalice for Hill. The new captain in troubled times. Marriage. It's feel like a cross between Captain Quigg and Edwin John Smith. Adelaide's equal second best quarter ever against Essendon, and they have dominated. There's the skipper, a little bit hobbled. Half-time, the Crows in total control, 13-482 to 4-6-30.
Sunday at 12:30, the Kangaroos take on Sydney. Then the Power light up the Telstra Dome in a crucial battle with the Blues. Carlton, Port Adelaide. Sunday 1:30, live on 9.
This sports update brought to you by the good guys. Pay less, pay cash.
Hello, I'm Leif Mulligan. Cricket Australia has launched a stinging attack on scalpers and internet auction site eBay, who have sought to profit from in-demand Ashes tickets. Harry Kewell's training regime steps up a notch as he fights to be fit for the Socceroos World Cup campaign. And Leighton Hewitt is on track to meet Rafael Nadal at the French Open after winning his way through to the third round. Have a great night.
We'll slash the price on LG DVD recorders, just $269. That's right, $269. Less for cash. Get it for a song. The good guys. Pay less, pay cash.
Heinz big and chunky. It'll make a man of you.
Nick Scali Furniture's half-yearly sale is on now, with up to 50% off all lounges, dining and bedrooms reduced to clear. The half-yearly sale is on now for a short time only at Nick Scali Furniture, Mile End and Paynham.
This year, Vital Partners celebrates 20 years of introducing genuine Australian men and women. Hello, I'm Rachel Connor of Vital Partners, Australia's first professional introduction service to achieve quality accreditation for your peace of mind. Vital Partners are caring and confidential. Most men who call Vital Partners are busy people who are particular about who they share their life with. If you are unattached, call Vital Partners today, 8130-1525.
Right now, try the Body Workshop and save hundreds of dollars. $260 for 12 months trial offer membership for new members.
You're going to get a great workout from these classes.
Call now to join the Body Workshop today and save hundreds.
What would you do with $800 a month? We refinanced, consolidated with Assured, and freed up $800 a month.
It could be you. With one of the lowest home loan rates in Australia, service for life, and a genuine 0.9% off, we could rip your monthly repayments in half.
We freed over $600.
What would you do with $600 a month?
Like to see how much you could save? It takes just 5 minutes. So call us now.
Fresh bread? They're kidding.
4 days old.
Laced with preservatives so supermarkets can fool you. Plus, ruthless real estate agents.
I have nothing more to say.
The pensioner grandmother taken down by a shocking rort.
Who do you trust?
A current affair, Monday.
The 2006 Toyota AFL Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Radio Rentals, SA's biggest electrical retailer, Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest prices are just the beginning, and Carlton Draft, the beer behind footy. The National Australia Bank Halftime Report.
Well, it was second on the AFL ladder up against the team on the bottom, and it is playing out that way at the moment. 52 points the margin in favour of the Crows. It was 23 points at quarter time, and they banged them on in that second quarter. Henschel got 3, Burton 2, and Bode and Rashuto also multiple goal scorers. And for Essendon, Scotty Lucas got 2 goals in that second quarter, but Dermot, it doesn't look great for the Bombers. We suspected it might have been the case, but it just opened up there for Adelaide, and they looked so formidable all over the ground.
Absolutely. They didn't get the first goal of the match, but they've got 13 in the first half. We see them working so hard for each other. The pressure they are putting on Essendon, when Essendon get the footy, especially between the two 50-metre arcs, is giving them absolutely no chance to settle and spot up a kick at all. Brett Burton gets on the end of this first one.
And then when they do go inside, they've got so many targets to go to. They've got options of whether they want to go short or whether they go long. they know if it's a bit of a mongrel kick in there that Rashudo and Burton will all present up and give you a chance. You know the Bode's going to push in and crumb a goal. It's just almost not perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect setup, but gee, it gives you a chance every time you go forward.
Look, there's some stars in the forward line. There's no superstars, but there's some stars. And with their oh, yeah, sorry, okay. You still think of him as a midfielder, just taking a break until the finals. But their structure is great. Now, Rashudo starts in the goal square, and Dustin Fletcher is such a general, such a controller of his back line. Rashudo says, right, I'll start there, but when it starts getting into general play, I'll run up to about 60, 70 metres from goal. If Fletcher follows me, I get him away from the danger area, and their back line is almost headless. And if he doesn't follow me, I'm a midfielder by trade. I can set it up and kick it to the blokes who can kick goals for us. So, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, the Dons.
Well, they dictated. Their forward line, this is the thing about being a forward. You are supposed to dictate terms to your opposition, and they've done that to the point where Jay Nash has to go now on to Mark Rashudo, and Dustin Fletcher has gone back to the goal square. When you have a look at the going forward stats, as you'd expect, with a 52-point margin, dominated by Adelaide. And inside 50s, well, they've had actually only 9 more, which is a little bit of a surprise.
30% more, but 100% more shots at goal. So their structure is better.
And the bottom one, right, the list right down the bottom, that is the telling one. Disposals per goal, their efficiency has been exceptional. Conversely, when you have a look at the Bombers when they go forward, unless they've got Scotty Lucas to go at, there's no other target. And I guess
Scotty hasn't been great either. Hasn't worked all that hard. Disposals inside 50. The Crows have had the ball 40 times inside their forward 50, and Essendon only 20. Andy McLeod, once again, starts up with 11 in the first half. A couple of times, Gaz, we've seen some of the magic in the previous 249 games, the acceleration. And, well, we actually saw one for the highlight tape reel for all time with a big grab on the wing.
This is it right here. In fact, the thing about McLeod, and I spoke about this, McLeod and John Cock, they like having just 2 attackers in your defence. And what happened, Slattery and Monfries tried to go down and attract their attention and take them back to the last line. And as you would, McLeod and John Cock looked at him and said, well, you can go and stand back there, but unless the footy gets there, I'm going to play 20 or 30 metres in front of you, and as soon as the ball is turned over, or as soon as Adelaide Crows get possession, off he goes, Andy McLeod. And he's a star. Simon Goodwin is the other one that we've decided to have a look at. We highlighted him pre-game. He's a Brownlow medal, a third favourite for the Brownlow medal. We've had the player cam on him, Derm. He's a couple of times just paid a little bit of a lack of respect.
Scant regard for Spike McVeigh. You have a look at him here, 10 possessions in total. Still working hard, and still probably their best player, most consistent player there. But once the ball's bounced, he says, well, that team's in front, I'm going. And you see McVeigh cops one in the eye there and just sits
picking
back.
his eyeball up in the centre circle.
But watch it, ever in motion. Now, we've got this player cam here, gets the front spot, and just, that's the one Dennis picked out, a clever little backhand flick. And watch him, he's in the Mark Rashudo mould. When he does get to the centre bounce, he doesn't say, the ball's going to spot X, I'll try and move through there with pace. He actually says, the ball's going to spot X, I'm going there first, you've got to be stronger and better than me to beat me to that spot.
Such a one-sided encounter. I reckon Mark McVeigh's done a pretty good job on it.
He's been pretty good, McVeigh. I like the way he's going to go.
And we're going to take a break here at Amy Stadium. 52 points is the margin in favour of the Adelaide Crows. After the break, Mark Bickley, the Sunday Footy Show's own. We send him to work. The big interview with Andrew McLeod next.
Every Monday night, the inside word from the Crows. Get it straight from the coach. Hear it first from the CEO for the inside word on football. Monday nights on National 9 News at 6.
Please take your ticket. Please take your ticket. Please take your ticket.
It's much more convenient when things are close. That's why the Commonwealth Bank gives its customers far more ATMs than any other bank.
From the creators of Sleeping Beauty on Ice comes the immortal Swan Lake. With the majestic music of Tchaikovsky and starring 26 European, Olympic, World and National Championship ice skaters, Swan Lake on Ice is breathtaking, dazzling, world-class ice skating in the intimacy of the theatre. The Imperial Ice Stars Swan Lake on Ice at the Festival Theatre from July 5th. 8 performances only. Book at Bass.
Imagine if everything you liked
suddenly got even better. Introducing the new Mazda 6. Sporty looks, award-winning safety and handling, and to top it all off, a new 5-speed Active-Matic or 6-speed manual. The very new Mazda 6, now twice as good. No, make that 3 times.
Graham's only has 2 sales a year. Don't miss this rare chance to secure a quality Swiss watch at a special price.
Graham's genuine half-yearly sale on now.
Emma Lardner, bringing you the world's best jewellery at Graham's.
Back in homeland, we have no choice. Everyone have same car, same borscht soup, same furry head. Now we have Randall Mall, 800 shop. My wife's Sveta, never home, always Randall Mall. How I long for simple life again.
It's great to have access to Australia's largest electronic banking network. And now it's even better. Because just $4 a month can give you unlimited, everyday Commonwealth Bank electronic transactions.
She's a survivor of breast cancer. Now we'll create a beautiful sanctuary for her.
I've given you a gorgeous, creative job. No.
When you're on a building site, don't use the word gorgeous.
Backyard Blitz, Sunday 6:30 on 9.
Welcome back to Friday Night Footy, coming to you from Amy Stadium here in Adelaide, and the Crows 52-point leaders at half-time over a hapless Essendon. Henschel with 3 goals, the leading goal scorer on the ground. Burton has been outstanding, Bowden the shootout to a piece, and Scotty Lucas 2 goals in the second quarter for the Bombers. Much to celebrate, it would seem, for Adelaide tonight, but of course one of their favourite sons, Andrew McLeod, celebrating his 250th game of football. He's just about done it all. 2-time premiership player, dual best and fairest All-Australian, 2-time Norm Smith medalist. He is one of the players of the past couple of decades, there's no question about that. And he's captain in those 2 premierships for the Adelaide Crows. Mark Bickley caught up with Andrew McLeod during the week.
Andy, thanks for joining us. 250 games at the one club. What's it mean to you?
It's a very special moment. You know, I'm the 5th person in the club's history to do it, so it has a fair bit of meaning behind it, and to follow in some of the footsteps of the guys that have done it, including yourself. I'm pretty proud of that.
Back to McLeod, inside the 50, Bacon squirrel, it run on, it does! Magical goal!
Your form's been pretty good. I understand about a month ago you had a chat with Neil Craig about settling down and playing one position.
Yeah, I was just playing all over the shop a bit, and you know, I spent a bit of time on the ball, up forward, down back on the wing, so it was just about getting a little bit of stability, and since I've gone back there, you know, I think I've played some all right footy.
Earlier in the year, Gavin Wanganeen became the first Indigenous player to play 300 games. Is that something that you've looked towards and maybe hope to emulate?
Yeah, it'd be nice. You know, Gavin, growing up watching Gav, it was always, you know, it was always a bit of a highlight for me to watch him play, and Michael Long and those sorts of guys, and for him to reach 300 games is a magnificent effort. And yeah, it still makes me want to aspire to do that, and hopefully one day I'll get the chance to do that. And it'd be nice to be the first Northern Territory-born player to do that.
The International Series, having an association with Kevin Sheedy late last year as captain of the Australian side. What did you gain out of that?
I gained a fair bit. You know, he was certainly someone I looked up to as a youngster, being a Bombers supporter. It showed me how professional and what a great coach he is, and how thorough he is. He leaves no stone unturned when he coaches, and it was just interesting to see a different perspective and how he gets players up, you know, each week, and how he can get the best out of them. And that was something that he did in that series, and something that yeah, I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
What about the leadership aspect? It looked as if you relished the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, it's something that you know, going in, something you don't sort of expect, and to be chosen to lead your country along with Chris Johnson was certainly one of the more special moments in my career, and yeah, it was just an amazing feeling, and yeah, something that you know you'd love to do again. That yeah, for me, certainly one of the highlights of my career.
For another one! Yes! Crows are marching now! You seem to be moving as well as ever. How long do you see yourself playing for?
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get through my 250th game for starters. And then, but yeah, look, I don't know how long. I've never ever put a time limit on myself, so I'll just wait and see what unfolds and how the body holds up. And but I'm sure, you know, I think I can play for a few more years yet.
Not too many more players in the competition you enjoy watching more than Andrew McLeod, and he's doing it again tonight. Great interview by Mark Bickley, made all the more enjoyable by the fact we didn't see Bix too often, which is a great thing. But he'll be back for the Sunday Footy Show, of course, 11. We love you, Bix. We're going to take a break here from Amy Stadium. The Crows by 52 points on Friday Night Football.
The National Australia Bank halftime report. Nine's Blockbuster Sunday is back. Raise your hands in the air for the first of the big events. The movie that put Demi Moore back on the block.
Hello, angels.
With Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, John Cleese, Pink, Matt LeBlanc, Luke and Owen Wilson.
Man, that's a lot of stars.
In the premiere of Charlie's Angels 2 Full Throttle, this Sunday, 8:30 on 9.
When you consider the lifestyle and the investment value in harbourside apartments and marina berths just 20 minutes from Adelaide, for the ultimate harbourside lifestyle, investing in Newport Quay's Port Adelaide Harbour is hard to beat. With thousands of new jobs and housing demand from the $6 billion defence contract, Newport Quays is gearing up for the future today. Construction has now commenced, so see the Newport Quays Sales and Information Centre at Mundy Street, Port Adelaide soon.
Bigger, brighter, better. The newly renovated Harvey Norman factory clearance outlet. Save heaps on our ever-changing range of scoop electrical bars. Big brands at low prices. Check us out today. Harvey Norman's factory clearance outlet in the Big Blue Building, South Road, Mile End.
Now this is a deal worth walking all the way across town for.
The $3.50 daily special. 7 days, 7 great tasting 6-inch Subway subs on fresh baked bread made the way you like it. All for the one daily special price of just $3.50.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Under instruction, all stock must be liquidated. Large modern rugs, not $5.99, now $99. 100% wool, not $4.99, now $99. Runners from $8 per metre. Only this week, Direct Rug Outlet.
For stylish Italian fashions at bargain prices, come into Opel. We have Italian leather jackets from $99 and Italian men's and women's shoes from $29. Don't miss this massive range of quality Italian leather clothing and shoes. Hurry into Opel at the Duncan Hall, Adelaide Showground.
Get in quick while stocks last during the massive end-of-year clearance at Stratco. Galvanised stepladder only $35.95. McCulloch hedge trimmer cut to $49.95. Gaff fan heater a hot $12.95. And steam cleaner just $59. Par 38 Globe a low $2.95. And McCulloch line trimmer only $39.95. Get in today and save at Stratco. What you need today.
Friday Night Football, the margin 52 points as we're about to start this third term in Adelaide. Umpire Ryan, who didn't make a decision in that second term, just went along with the flow, and his umpiring mates. Watson gets it out of the middle. Welsh back to Heffernan across the ground, and the mark is held by Stanton. You betcha. High ball towards the wing, set up for Stevens, who should have punched, goes after it on the deck, on his knees, falling to the ground, away to Edwards, looks back towards the middle, and Massey holds up.
Yeah, you've got to be impressed with Jobe Watson. I tell you, he's just transformed his career.
Hill has marked 55 metres out. Untidy.
Unlucky, I was going to go into a big Jobe Watson rant there.
Not without a chance with an open goal square. Big
Hill,
kick.
yes, quickly in and misses. Tony Jones
Yeah, the Bombers not completely ruling out Kepler Bradley, although they'd have to be down to about 17 men and just prop him in the goal square. He's sitting on the bench, as you can see there. Those ligament damage in his left ankle still posing quite a problem. And boys, we'll keep an eye out too. We'll keep an eye out too for a special guest of the Crows tonight. Malcolm Blyde has made a rare journey here to Amy Stadium.
Good on you, TJ, and just tell us which ligament it was at some particular stage.
It was ligament 4, 5 and 6, and I might test yours out in your neck after the game, Gary.
Bassett to Stevens to Doughty to the wing to Riley, who's starting the second half as he finished the first with plenty of leather. McGregor, Fletcher with him. Fletcher might allow this to roll out. No, keeps it alive. Watson tucked into the pocket. Lovett, Murray, kick around the body. Massey. So they can reload Adelaide. First time they'll have a chance to hit the goal square in this second half, and it's a long bomb. Bigland's the flyer, can't get there, can't complete the mark, gives to Rashudo, handle over the top, Burton. Well, he stayed down, and that confused everybody.
Want a Pentax digital camera? An excellent computer too? Want an LCD screen? And a multifunction printer? Want a DVD player? Nothing's left out. DVD burner, LCD screen with speakers, printer, copier, scanner, internet access, Windows XP, 6 megapixel digital camera. And get this free DVD player if you flexi rent it or anything else over $1,500 at A&R.
There's Malcolm. Back in Adelaide.
Bill Sanders.
Alongside him, yep.
Peaky.
All there. Knocked down by Biglands. McVeigh hurriedly out of the middle. Stanton goes back, gathers the bouncing football, lays it off. Johnson finds a path through. Forward at the wing, kicks inside the forward 50. The mark is taken by Courtney Johns within scoring range. I mentioned Sean Ryan, umpire number 25. Didn't pay a free kick in the second term. Well, he's not paid a free kick tonight.
Really?
Obviously, he's a disciplinarian. His presence is simply enough.
Would have liked to play in his games.
Big Ray Chamberlain's pretty quick on the whistle, though.
Takes up the slack.
He's played 9, Big Razor.
Well, there you go, you see. Meantime, Courtney Johns, oblivious to all those facts and figures, right on the 50, trying to work it back. It's a very good kick. His second.
Hey, if you switch to Amy, you're guaranteed to save at least $50 on your home contents insurance.
Yeah.
Do you know whose face is on the $50 note?
Well, no, I don't know.
Oh, is it Carolyn Chisholm?
No, I think she's on the 10.
Oh, is it the Queen?
I don't think so.
It's Amy.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, well, it should be. Amy is saving us at least $50. She should be on it.
Right.
I'm going to ring, switch my insurance. I'm going to suggest that.
Lucky you're with Amy.
2 goals now for Courtney Johns, who I mentioned earlier. It's his 4th season and his 6th game, but he's still only 21 years of age. Courtney Johns, so that Kevin Sheedy work in progress will hopefully continue. Mark Johnson, spearing pass out of the middle, over the head of Lucas. Took by handball by Rutten. John Cock made it look okay. Straight through Solomon, which is hard to do. McLeod pokes it wide. Biglands flies with him at Fee. Ball knocked down. Burt drifted up to the wing. And Rashudo drifts down to half forward. Loops the handball back to Burton from 55. Sends it towards the goal square. Henschel had a lot of it. Not quite enough, but he gets the 3.
Once again.
No, sorry.
Hang on.
No, I've got to bounce it.
He's got to
Didn't
bounce
say
it.
sorry, I saw it come out afterwards.
He played the mark and then saw it come out.
Well, that is good umpiring because there's not much else you can do. We all saw the DVDs. We spoke to the umpires before the year, and if they get it wrong, they'll take it back. They won't have to stick with the original decision. Well, rather than let his mistake end up in a goal, he's done the right thing. Well, it might end up in a goal. It has. For Shirley.
These days, there's so much to worry about. Do you have enough? Is it better over there? What if? It can mean you're living scared. MLC believes to make the most of tomorrow, simply make the most of what you've got today. MLC. Investments, superannuation, insurance.
9 individual goal scorers now for the Crows. Kevin Sheedy still on that phone. He's won 13 out of 21 against Adelaide. 6 out of 12 at night. Watson attracts a crowd. That ball does come out. Welsh thought about soccering. Solomon trying to flick it away to a teammate standing a metre away. Getting in the road there was Edwards, who then was taken high and will get the free kick.
Back to Goodwin.
Nah, come on, Mark. Fair crack of the whip, mate.
How about that? Goodwin got the free, so it wasn't for the high tackle on Edwards. It was off the ball, and now it's going to be a mark paid. Well, you can't pay advantage off a mark, can you?
Nope.
Umpire Chamberlain?
Nope.
There you go. Things happening that are unusual. That's a mark. McGregor, strong mark, arching the back in the pack.
The one thing about this is that the goals will continue to come, but Kevin Sheedy is being true to his word. He has not even hinted at dropping players back behind the footy tonight at no stage. And I guess that's his philosophy, and he's being true to it. I guess you might also back yourself into a corner when you're as critical as he was of the Richmond game plan.
He looked at Dustin Fletcher backing into the pack there. It just took away his own leap at the footy.
McGregor has one so far, low and straight.
Radio Rental's stock clean-out is now open. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must be cleared. Whew. TVs out, they going up to 20% off. Fridges, freezers, washers and dryers are being cleared at up to 15% off. We're clearing hi-fis and home theatres at up to 25% off. DVD players are out the door at up to 15% off. And camcorders and digital stills cameras are up to 10% off. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must go. You'd be mad to shop anywhere else.
McPhee's gone forward for Essendon, so that move's finally been made. Bolton onto Burton.
2 goals now for Ken McGregor. He's taken 3 contested marks, which is how many Essendon's whole team has taken tonight.
Against you, Connie. Get your eyes on the footy, mate. Don't come pinging off the line.
Okay, Mr. Chamberlain.
Is that right? Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing good about that.
Goldie's understudy.
It might be just what they need. As long as he doesn't get his name in the book, it might be exactly what they need.
Not sure that's going to help them.
No.
Finds Riley.
I tell you what, though, Adelaide ball winners, if you can get their eyes off the footy and you do it inside the rules, so to speak, you're going to be better off than letting them do what they are going about now.
Stevens toward McGregor. Ball dumped down. Fletcher tucked into the half-back flank, rolls it towards Johns on the boundary line, and that's victory for Essendon.
Then the next one, the Roo, comes from the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And then we've got a game we like to watch instead of chipping it around.
24 seconds.
And then we end up with 14 and it's wide open footy.
Bicklins knocks it down. Johnson, Van Berlo took him down. That was a strong tackle. Held to him, says the umpire.
And this is not one bit condescending, but they haven't given up Essendon at all. They are still going hard at the footy. I reckon Solomon and Johnson have had a lot of criticism over the course of this year. Their attack on it's been great. McVeigh's worked hard.
Yeah, another kick for McVeigh, knocked towards the line by McLeod. Out it goes. Essendon bench, bleak place to be in recent weeks. In the foreground, Kipler Bradley. Doubt we'll see him again tonight. Got the diagnosis from the doc. Here's Goodwin. Slips it away. Van Berlo on the wing. Towards half forward. Work under the ball by Fletcher. It was McGregor. Now Heffernan tracks it towards the line. Back over the shoulder, but only as far as McGregor. He was met solidly by Fletcher. Van Berlo running out of space. Socket off the ground. McGregor inside the forward 50. Rashudo. He's had 18 possessions, mainly on the forward line. Miscuing that time. Watson on his knees. Van Berlo went again. Down goes Doughty. Eventually, the ball spills across to Stanton. And the pressure released momentarily. It was touched, I think, before it went out by a desperate Johnson.
It's amazing, isn't it? Well, that is holding up that stat there. But the #1 possession winner on the ground right now is Mark Rashudo, who spent nearly all night playing full forward.
It's been down there a lot.
It's true.
And it was A chance not to play as well. Laycock kicks toward Dyson. Now, Rashido's been unable to train all week, and yet he's the best player out there. Stanton kicks to half forward to Hill. So the captain maybe can kick a goal from 50.
He's actually given them something to go to, even though he is leading out. He has given them a huge target that they can look up, visualise and see and go to since he's stepped down there late in the second quarter. He's drawn the ball. This is the third time he's drawn the ball inside 50.
Hasn't got one so far tonight. No angle to contend with here. Turns 25 years of age today.
Going to get close.
Can he get himself a birthday present? Nope. Only a behind.
Gee, got really close to the man on the mark there and ended up only taking a two-step run-up.
John Cock in the space, and Stevens, who's done a very good job tonight, carrying the ball up towards the wing. Half-distance pass, tight one. In front was Wiley, couldn't hang on. Doughty away to Rutten, surprised a little by the checking behind, but got the kick off effectively enough. McGregor, too short, clever mark. Bolton intended for Burton, but had to be out in front. It wasn't. Bolton's kick, though, not that good, but effective enough. Lucas. Now McPhee to carry the ball down towards right half forward. Say that immediately. He dropped it. Hill on the lead once more. That's better.
And when I said too slow just in the background, Dennis, because Hill had that lead, he had his opponent Rutten done, but when he was too slow, he would have marked it 10 metres closer back into. See where he's come from? About now. That's where he should have marked it. Instead, he takes another 8 paces out, sharper angle. Got to release the ball at the right time as well.
Well, in fairness to McPhee, he actually did fumble, didn't he? But Hill's got it anyway, 10 metres in from the line. No easy kick this one, but he's getting plenty of practice. Look at that crowd, a sea of faces behind the goal. Trying to work it back, but it doesn't come back far enough. Another behind. But Essendon enjoying a pretty good period compared to what they've done so far tonight.
Long kick in from fullback. Stevens on defensive 50. Here's the pass, and Doughty takes the mark on the wing. Wendelik holds him up, goes inboard. Bassett takes the mark. Courtney Johns shuts him down.
See how he ran into him, though? Just little things like that. Just something to think about. Just maybe a knee ran into him and collided. Second thought next time.
John Cock. Coming off a 29 possession game, he's been in good form, Graham. John Cock. Riley.
Dennis, I love it.
But
it's an inside. No, it's an inside.
If you're going to get beaten, don't walk away without nothing. You know, you must have a little win, whether it's even mental.
Don't apologise. I love the Crime and Investigation channel.
Shirley to Van Berlo to Biggins.
See, they work so hard for one another. They block, they work into space, they don't linger into the dangerous space, they run out. They've got a number of different leads, so the defender's not sure where the footy's going to go. This fella spent a bit of time on the interchange bench. He can kick a footy.
Got a big possession player, 4 possessions tonight, 7 possessions last week, but he's a very accurate kick. He's first.
A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, especially when you're outside cooking animals on a flaming grill. Yep, if it's meat, we'll eat it. Beef, chicken, prawns, kangaroo. That's right, we'll even throw our official coat of arms on the barbie if we feel like it. The world's only legally edible national emblem. What's that, Skip? It's time for another big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
Yes, indeed. 17-4. Ben Hart furthest from the camera there, nursing a broken arm.
Has his testimonial tomorrow night too. Big night for the Adelaide Crows.
What a player he's been. Scoring accuracy tonight. Adelaide 85%, Essendon 42%. The league average is 59%. Van Berlo goes down. It's coming back to Shirley. A free kick inside the centre square.
Laycock actually has to jump at the ball if he's ruckman. Second time he's tried to second guess and run past the opposition player.
John Cock did a bit of pushing, bit lucky to get away with that. Was taking the mark midway between the lines. Tries for the short pass. Well, everything coming off. That was intended for the man Rashido coming up behind him, but Goodwin took it in the hands.
Look at this constant movement now, though. They're all moving.
Goodwin from 55 metres gives this one a ride. Has it got the carry? It has.
free kick, if not.
Goal.
The Holden Ute is famous for legendary sports performance. But right now, during the end of financial year, Holden means a great deal more. The special edition Thunder comes with 18-inch sports alloy wheels, leather interior, and hard rear cover. From just $33,990, plus dealer delivery and government charges. Holden means a great deal more to Australia.
One of the Brownlow medal favourites, Simon Goodwin, kicked 4 goals and got the 3 Brownlow votes against Essendon last time these two teams played, and sensational form is in at the moment, coming off a 32-possession game last week against Carlton.
Yeah, Solomon's on John Cock.
Laycock long, McPhee the jump, McLeod the crump. From defensive 50, chips it to the wing, nicely measured pass, Knights.
Well, Henry Slattery, he doesn't know what to do. He's playing half-forward, tagging Andrew McLeod. He doesn't know whether to go for the footy or what he should do.
Knights kick not so good. John Cock tries to shrug the tackle. Tough to shrug a Solomon tackle. Good hand up Matner to Knights. Shirley tries to don't argue. Caught a little high. Umpire says no play on. Picked up by McVeigh. And hands it straight back to the Crows. Knights, Goodwin, runs to 50, sizes them up, goes to the goal square, bouncing ball, it just got touched by Fletcher, and that was enough. A behind.
Just no reprieve down here for these guys. 51 tackles to 37.
McPhee spots Johns. Now here's a chance for the Bombers. Quickly out of defence. Stanton has to wait though, and Marich goes back, pokes them out. Hits the ground running, rebound opportunity. Sees Goodwin inside the centre square. Pop it to half-forward McGregor. Man on over the top. Well worked on the mark though by Fletcher. Play on's the call now. McGregor has to go in another direction. But the mark is taken by Doughty, who's been a very good player tonight. Doughty goes short. There's a Shepherd.
Against Henschel for a block. He made some room for Rashudo.
Trent blocked him.
Which they've done all night, and they just got pinged on that one. Not done it illegally, which they've been attempting to do all night, and might have been a little bit overzealous on that occasion.
Nash out of the back pocket. He's had some interesting jobs. He made his debut on Friday Night Football and tagged Nathan Buckley. There's the ball at right half back. Monfries close to the boundary line. That's a good kick.
Reckon Courtney will go down the line?
I would think so. Hugs the boundary line with a kick, so much so it's barely in play. Advantage is paid on the outer side to the Crows. It comes back to McLeod. It goes to half-forward. Talk about hugging the line. They're like tightrope walkers.
Double grab over, was it? Second time Courtney Walsh. Courtney Walsh.
I could do with it.
Courtney Johns has tried to kick out a target.
They've got the free kick here back.
He said it was a one-touch grab. Has tried to kick while standing stationary.
Rashudo finds Henschel. There's disarray out there, just like there is up here at the moment.
Courtney Walsh, good call.
No, it was. So Henschel's got the ball, and I think most players thought it was out of bounds on the full, or at worst for Essendon a boundary throw-in. They all took off, and the mark was paid. Seemed an extraordinary call based on the replay. Here's Henschel. 35 metres out. Right behind the kick. And that's a beauty. Wobbly kick. He's got 4.
You've got Mummy's eyes. Yeah. That's sweet. Oh, have you thought of a name?
There are some things you just wouldn't miss. Like Falcon SR for only $32,888 drive away with $7,000 worth of special extras. There's a 6-stack CD player, reverse sensing, auto transmission, and lots more for a very special $32,888 drive away. But only for a limited time at participating Ford dealers.
4 goals now for Trent Henschel, one of the ex-Darwin boys in this Adelaide Crow lineup. Of course, Kenny McGregor started his career up there, and Andrew McLeod as well, just to name a couple. From the ball up, Marriage over it and holds it in. The umpire will be forced to sort it out. This is Marriage's second year on the list. Spent the year under John Cale at Port Adelaide in the SANFL last year, learning his craft, and under Tim Ginniver this year. And is improving with each game. He's been good to watch tonight. Port Adelaide up top of the SANFL ladder, largely because his ruck work has been superb. Mark Johnson to Stant. Chip kick wide is good. Angus Monfries. Late inclusion for the Bombers. He wasn't listed to play, but came in for Paddy Ryder, Peveril. And now Mark Johnson on the wing. So a few possessions, and they retain possession of the ball.
He's got Solomon one out with John Cock on the opposite half-forward flank. Fletcher might go to him.
Fletcher goes long. John Cock! Big ball! And he marked it. Pulled it in on the second grab.
In the end, you just don't kick it to those blokes because they're going to get it. That's how good they are at the moment.
Well, you don't put it in flat.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it wasn't directed at his man. He came off Solomon and just jumped at him.
Here's Edwards, a little 1-2 with Riley. Off half back. Riley goes down towards half forward. Good kick too. Slipping away and taking the mark is McGregor. Forward of the wing, kicks inside the forward 50. Gee, some space.
He went for the Warwick Kappa mark on the ground then.
12
Came back and
marks
scratched the ground.
inside 50 to 6. But again, this was one of those ones. That's a fantastic jump at it. You can do that when you're 80 points up. He just lost them down the other end, Mark Bolton. They all ran back as they've done all night with the footy. Just turned around at the right time, and Blighty loved it.
Took a few of those himself. Wonderful concentration, Graham Johncock. That ball controlled when he was lying on the ground. He found it a second time, and one of the few blemishes tonight. Only their 6th behind, is it?
Yeah.
It is.
That was Smarty went over with Stephen Trigg and Blighty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nigel Smart. He must have known the cameras were there. He's right into the politics now, isn't he?
Yeah, he didn't quite get voted in, though, it's a sore point, but he'll be really happy you brought it up. Peveril and fullback.
Sorry, South Australian politics isn't my long suit.
Danger here again. Knights.
I reckon you'd have it covered.
Welsh. Solomon keeps it alive. Still danger. Lucas caught by Knights. Got a handball out. And Dowdy can't cut it off. We'll get a ball in.
You know, horrible run with injuries that the Bombers have had. It's a mighty fall from grace, though, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, you would have 42,000 that still turn out the Crows, but you would have anticipated this game enormously after one round of footy.
Quick kick towards half forward. McGregor was down there. Couldn't take the mark. Fletcher tried to slap it free. Rashido was there. It missed him. Mark Johnson. Little kick is good from Nash. McPhee fumbled it. Still fumbled it. Massey's right with him. The pressure was good enough. Is that deliberate?
That is not deliberate, umpire.
According to the umpire, it is.
Oh, that is a terrible decision.
Well, he's out of practice. I think that's umpire Ryan.
He has just kept the ball in front of him, and you're entitled to do that. He still chased it like he's a chance.
Massey, what do you expect him to do in that situation? Van Berle should get a free kick.
Well, I'll tell you what Adam McPhee can't do is just sit back and whinge about the fact that he's had a dirty night. He's just got to get on with it and start to win his own ball.
He's a much better player than this.
Van Berle's got the football, and was that back-to-back decisions from umpire Ryan? There goes the kick inside the 50. In front, Solomon, that's a good grab.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. That's what they need to do. His endeavour has been pretty good tonight, Dean Solomon.
He's in the back pocket. Clock running down to three-quarter time. Comes short to Fletcher. Fletcher finds Lucas, not 15. Lucas goes deep back into the pocket. Solomon looks across the ground. Laycock gives him a target. Running hard is Stanton. He puts the ball out in front of Stanton, but too far out in front, and the mark is held by Riley, who's been a terrific player tonight. Riley looks inside the forward 50, sends it deep. Rashudo goes back and claims it.
Well, Jason Laycock, he's right there, right? Hands on his head. All he's doing is worrying about himself. Now, he made the mistake on the turnover, and instead of getting back into the hole and helping out against Rashudo, he put his hands on his head and thought, oh, what have I done? I'm on television, I've mucked it up, instead of going, right, where can I help out now? Right, I made it blue. let me get back here to help my teammates instead of thinking about myself.
What did I say before about Nash? Had his debut on Friday Night Football against Nathan Buckley. Here he is on Mark Rashudo. Lucky young man. Rashudo slams it into the post.
If you're behind that post, look out.
He just doesn't snick him either, does he?
We'll talk about how good a player. 8-time All-Australian Mark Rashudo, and only 5 players have ever been All-Australian more than him. And 3 of the 5 South Australians, Kernahan, Bradley and Platten, Simon Madden and Paul Roos, the others. And a big chance to join them as a 9-time All-Australian at the end of this year. What a superstar Mark Rashudo is. Winderlich, tucked into the back pocket. Heffernan, danger again. Nash under pressure. Winderlich, Heffernan left it behind. Goes back, gets it. Edwards has got him. Turnover. Good one. Tonight might kick his first goal ever for the Crows. He's got it.
Metropolitan Plumbing. Metropolitan Plumbing. Metropolitan Plumbing. Metropolitan Plumbing.
You know that Metropolitan Plumbing can fix leaking taps, block drains and hot water heaters within the hour.
But there's no hot water!
Leaking hot water heaters can be replaced in all areas 7 days a week, and that includes Saturday and Sunday. And interest-free terms are available.
Metropolitan Plumbing.
In all areas 7 days a week, and that includes Saturday and Sunday. And interest-free terms are available.
Metropolitan Plumbing.
Whatever happens, this is Adelaide's biggest ever score at three-quarter time against the Bombers. Previous best 124 points, round 4, 1996. It takes a while for the penny to drop. They should realise Adelaide can tackle.
Yes.
There's the kick out of the middle. Why try and beat the man? Sometimes just throw it on the boot. Thompson went to ground, gets a hand pass out. Johns intercepts it though. Kicks down towards the boundary line as it turns out on the 50 and finds it on the bounce. Not his intention, but that will do. They can regroup approaching three-quarter time.
I mean, why you wouldn't go to bed is because Adelaide show no sign of letting up, and that's not being a masochist against Kevin Sheedy and his team.
You're talking to me.
But they have not even given an indication that they're going to take the foot off the pedal, so you might see something, it's going to be ugly if you're red and black, but the rest of it might be exciting.
Laycock, that wasn't clever. Well, I'm working. There's Johnson.
You.
Give me the viewers.
Viewers.
Okay.
Don't you go to bed.
Edwards. Thompson now. Johncock emerges. Goes towards the centre. Up in front, Goodwin. Had it knocked away by Bolton. Johns. Winderlich in real trouble. Run down by Matner. Haven't seen a lot of him. And look at the pressure on Heffernan. Knight's hand pass, though, untidy. Well done by the Bombers. Monfries. Winderlich. Up wide. Stretching for it. Lucas will want his left side. No doubting that. Comes back and hooks across the body in characteristic fashion. Plenty of Bombers up. Johncock has been brilliant. And again there, releases Matner, and he's running up through midfield. We're down to 10 seconds. Riley has an early bounce, looks inside the forward 50. Slipping over down there was Rashudo. And as a result, Nash has got the football, and the siren will sound as he kicks back to midfield. And McPhee takes the mark on the siren. Another dominant quarter by the Adelaide Crows. And their supporters certainly aren't going to bed. They're not going home. They're sticking with this. 127. Plays 5-9-39. We're thinking over 100 points tonight. Adelaide playing terrific football on Friday Night Footy.
They were TV's bravest heroes.
Never give up,
Whose careers had vanished down a black hole until now.
You are our last hope.
To get out of here. Look at where we are. We're in space. Tim Allen, Alan Rickman, and Sigourney Weaver. Boldly going where no one else dares in a comedy of galactic importance.
Are we there yet?
Galaxy Quest, Saturday 7:30 on 9.
Old Home and Garden has Adelaide's largest variety of unique outdoor pieces.
Whether it's an elegant antique reproduction or an exclusive decoration for your own private sanctuary, you'll find it at Old Home and Garden. Inspired designs, both intriguing and unique. Breathtaking pieces at the most affordable prices around. Old Home and Garden, 665 Port Road, Woodville.
Keep cool this summer. Be comfortably warm in winter. Sophisticated inverter designs reduce running costs. Stylish systems that are whisper quiet. Panasonic air conditioning systems. Air conditioning for life.
The Cornu scoops $230,000 of premium quality feather and down. Hundreds of quilts, huge range for an absurd $29. European-style underlays, even pillows, all half price and more. SA's largest bedding and bedroom specialist, the Cornu.
Let's take a look at what's in your veggie drawer. Oh, perfect. We can make a great pasta out of this lot. And how simple is it to throw together a fresh salad? Beautiful. Hey, it's easy to get a few extra veggies into your day.
It was the Tasmanian drought of 1842. Concerned that without any water, the Cascade Brewery would run dry, founder Peter de Graves had the idea to divert the town's pure river water to supply the brewery. Although they had no water for bathing, cleaning, or drinking, the town celebrated because Cascade had a bumper yield of beer. So thank you, Peter de Graves. You knew what was important to the people. Beer. That's the Cascade way.
We know how most women feel about pap smears. Yes, they can be uncomfortable, but put it into perspective. Regular pap smears save more than 1,000 women a year from cervical cancer, from surgery, from radiotherapy, from chemotherapy. There's uncomfortable, and there's uncomfortable. If you haven't had a pap smear in the last 2 years, stop putting it off. Make an appointment today with your doctor, community health service, or women's health clinic.
It surrounds you. It's inspirational. It's unique. It's a presence. It's style. It's in every Italia Ceramics home. Italia Ceramics. Tiles for all lifestyles.
Sandra Bullock,
This is my matter.
Calm down.
No.
brought in to solve the perfect crime. She's the one thing they didn't count on.
Yeah, the profile doesn't fit the profile.
Murder by Numbers, Saturday 9:35 on 9.
The 2006 Toyota AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by National Australia Bank, helping you get what you want. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. And AMR Computers, the team to beat for great value and service.
It's Friday night football, and here is the story so far. A couple of memorable milestones for two great players in the AFL competition, Dustin Fletcher, and on the opposite side of the fence, Andrew McLeod. Courtney Johns, the opening goal. Essendon by 6 points, but it was short-lived. Henschel, a snap goal. Adelaide by 17 points. And what about this? McLeod celebrating wonderfully in his 250th. Matthew Bode, one of many crummers on the forward line. Adelaide by 30 at quarter time. They led by 23. Second term. Burton, dangerous on the forward line, outside the 50. Adelaide up by 30. Henschel doing it in the air and on the ground. Open goal, the margin 55, getting dangerous for Essendon. Lucas came back. That brought the margin still to 55. Three-quarter time. Couldn't come quickly enough as far as Essendon were concerned. They trailed by 52 points at half-time. It started badly that third term. Burton's goal, the margin 57. Shirley out of the pack. The margin still 57. Graham Johncock. Terrific grab. He and McLeod running out of the fence have been outstanding. He's seen a lot in football. Kevin Sheedy, he would not be liking this.
He certainly would not. 88 points. It was 52 at half-time, 23 at quarter-time. And, gee whiz, Trent Henschel, fantastic. 4 goals. Brett Burton with 3. Rashudo, McGregor and Bode, the multiple goal scorers for Adelaide. Pretty easy for the Bombers. Scott Lucas and Courtney Johns, 2 apiece. Jay Nash has snuck in for 1 as well. Neil Craig, I would imagine, would be delighted with proceedings at the moment. Let's go down to another man that's going to be in contention for the votes at the end of the night, Tony Jones.
Thank you, Gary, again. But yes, let's just say Kevin Sheedy, I don't know what you would say to a group who's 88 points down at three-quarter time, but he certainly didn't go off his nut or anything like that. He was quite measured in what he was saying to the group. He called them all as one at the very start, just laying down the law there. But there was no ranting or raving or screaming or anything like that. They eventually broke off. But just a little bit of mystery, fellas. While all that was going on, John Barnes actually pointed out to us, Andrew McLeod just running down into the race. This is actually the Port Adelaide rooms. He went down there and up the tunnel, and the door was shut pretty swiftly. We haven't seen him re-emerge yet. Not too sure what's going on there, so we'll keep an eye on that for you, boys.
Go on your doc. That was the Adelaide doctor that followed him up the race, so maybe a little jab. You're not allowed to give injections, I don't think, out on the ground any longer, so maybe just to head up the race and get a jab.
In all truthfulness, it's 1/3 the distance it is to the Crows rooms on the other side of the ground.
Final term, Friday night football. The margin is 88 points. Hill goes up, hooks it down behind to Johnson. Watson couldn't control it. Doughty out of the centre square. Long probing kick inside the forward 50. Fletcher over the top. Nash. Interesting attempt at a hand pass initially. Collected it on the second go round. Nice pick up there by Goodwin across the body. Intended for Henschel. He's been dangerous. Here's another chance. Open goal goes in and gets his fifth.
Dermot, they are relentless. Adelaide, they started that centre bounce like they did at the start of the game. Just relentless pressure. I reckon they're the best. I know that this game's not the greatest indicator, but the way they've gone about, they're the best that I've seen this year so far. They have just done everything, and so even. The contribution across the board is absolutely even. There's not one single standout. They've all contributed.
Well, he got free because Solomon obviously went to the original contest to follow Goodwin out there.
Brad Henschel heading for his best ever return. 5 goals, 5 fives, his best. They needs one more. And they get the takeaway again, Adelaide. Bode, crunched. Heffernan. Welsh caught a little high. Caught high twice.
But again, Dwayne, 2 and 3 blokes tackling, backing, supporting one another.
Heffernan to Stanton, gave him a shepherd. Kicks long, hoping for McPhee, uses the body. Ball slapped down by Massey. Mark Johnson tries to get it inside 50, gets it way wide. Out of bounds on the full free kick, Adelaide. Bassett to take it, back pocket for the Crows. 133, Glaze 39, and it's been there 4 points virtually from the outset.
Look at this, down the line here, they leave it wide open, and the number of Adelaide players stays about 40 metres in from the boundary, and they just lead sideways out into space. Same again.
Edwards to Rashudo.
Also work out of it. If they are stuck down there stationary down the line of the boundary, they run out.
Now, it'll happen again here. They'll all gravitate to the centre, and someone will give a lead out wide.
There's your man, Bassett. Dennis.
That's a one-man out wide.
Well, they did it again, but he gets there on the bounce. Good one. Of course he can kick.
Yeah, but
this is Wiley. Wiley feeds it back. Bassett demanding an opportunity to make amends.
Now they'll all come on. Here we go. We're on.
See, variation.
Yeah, slow spinner. Now
Doughty.
he's in trouble.
Doughty's been a good player. Bassett goes across the ground. Mark is taken by Stevens.
He's never going onto the right then.
No. No McCrow, who hasn't been a good player. Here's Burton. Inside the centre squares, or rather the centre circles, kicks it down towards the attacking 50. Coming up Biglands, goes back to Goodwin, and hand pass to him. Goodwin 55 metres out, pulls it back for Henschel.
Got a good reach, hasn't he?
Yes.
Solomon's not all that short, about 6'1.5", maybe edge towards the 6'2" mark, around 187 centimetres, I'd say. Solomon is 188. And Henschel just outstretched him on the lead then, and he had good pace to keep up with him.
So he's got 5 so far, and you could tell that time that Solomon was surprised that Henschel got it so cleanly.
194 centimetres.
Henschel, more flowing approach that time. Is it coming back? I think it is. He's got 6 on the night. The route continues.
Call Jim's Mowing on 131 546 and we'll not only mow your lawn, we'll also clean up your yard. Call your local Jim for more than just mowing.
Carpet Factory dump stock, extra heavy duty plus Seidel loop pure wool Berber and twist. Save, not up to, save 50% or more. Sensational from only $12.95 a square metre. Plus every rug, every runner. Half price. LeCornu.
This goal's best ever return for Trent Henschel. We've got plenty of time left for him to add to them. Ball up, Biglan's knocked down to Edwards, shrugs the tackle, runs, bounces, moves his way to 60, loads up, goes long, McGregor's down there, tried to get a boot on it, no one touched it, another goal.
Did he get a boot on it? Well, or was it just Edwards? They have been unbelievable how they just go back, reload and go again.
Nice return to the footy for Edwards, isn't it?
Beautiful. And competition for spots. This is out of the centre circle. He's taken that out of the centre circle. Run hard. The chase from Monfries is good. Just wonder if McGregor, he tried to get a boot on this. No, nothing, nowhere near it. So Tyson Edwards, beautiful work. Competition for spots in this side demands that these blokes keep going. They know they're going to be there in September. And that's a nice thing for a coach to have at his disposal, that sort of competition.
Well, there you go, their highest score, 23-23. They won't get 23 points tonight. Currently, 23-7. The kicking has been mercurial at times.
Well, Kevin's gone for an education now. He's put Courtney Johns to full back against Trent Henschel.
And Rashudo into the centre. Just he must be feeling better and better about himself each week, which is great news for Crow supporters.
Just to tweak it up. Coming up to his 23rd possession. Play-on's the call. Rashudo just sets it very high, marginally inside the attacking 50. Fletcher from behind got a fizz to it, wide of the pack. All Crows. Shirley bought some time by Burton, goes to Bode. Bode with the right boot, bending it back. Henschel almost off the ground. I think it might have been Henschel.
McGregor.
Was it? I'm not sure about that.
What would you do with $800 a month? We refinanced, consolidated with Assured, and freed up $800 a month.
It could be you. With one of the lowest home loan rates in Australia, service for life, and a genuine 0.9% off, we could rip your monthly repayments in half.
We freed over $600.
What would you do with $600 a month?
Like to see how much you could save? It takes just 5 minutes. So call us now.
Trent Henschel has 7. Can you believe this?
Kent McGregor wanted it.
But he's got a few more. He's got probably another 2 or 3. Courtney Johns, he's down there for an education now. And quite frankly, Henschel's a better forward than Johns is going to be a backman, and it's going to come down a lot more.
Mark Johnson gets the kick towards half-forward Stevens. Gets the handball out. Trouble for Doughty. Got a handball out as well. Matner caught by Monfries. Had him for a long time, and the umpire will ball it up. Andrew McLeod, TJ, what's happening?
Not a lot. He's,
Okay. Right.
Just having a little jog. He's just come up from the ruins now. Charlie Walsh has been with him, and the club doctor, as you mentioned earlier there. Look, it would be foolish to speculate, to be quite honest, but he doesn't appear to be in too much trouble.
Monfries got a little toe poke. Bassett caught. Beautiful tackle, Mark Johnson. And we'll get a ball up inside 50 for the Bombers.
That'd be Ken McGregor too. I think I called him Kent. Playing like Clark Kent without his alter ego.
Knocked down by Laycock. Players in there, as you can see. Shirley, they found the football. Matner arches the back and slips away, steps out of a tackle and sends the ball high towards the wing in front. Goodwin lost it in transit, went back, found it. They lost him, and he's away from the wing, lays it off. Knight, hoving kick inside the forward 50. Henschel leads back. This should be a soda for him. He picks it up. 15 metres out. How easy is that? He's got 8.
Courtney, get out of there.
Radio Rental's stock clean-out is now open. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must be cleared. Whew. TVs out, they going up to 20% off. Fridges, freezers, washers and dryers are being cleared at up to 15% off. We're clearing hi-fis and home theatres at up to 25% off. DVD players are out the door at up to 15% off. And camcorders and digital stills cameras are up to 10% off. Over $3 million worth of floor stock must go. You'd be mad to shop anywhere else.
So Courtney Johns stays on Trent Henschel, who's got 8 goals now. Courtney Johns was thrown to fullback last week against Warren Threadgrave. after Treadrow kicked 4 on Kepler Bradley. It just keeps getting worse for him. Mark Johnson. Bolton tries to get the takeaway. McPhee got a wide to Winderlick. Started the game well. Pokes it towards Laycock. Flies. Takes the mark. Monfries. Sends it towards full forward. Down there, Hill. Ball thumped clear of him by Rutten. Toe poke Bassett. Race on. Dyson will get there first. Stevens is with him. Dyson keeps it alive. Mark Johnson. Nice pick-up on the run. Tucked into the pocket. Moves inside 50 with some style and grace. And misses a behind.
Well, Adelaide have played a completely different forward line game today. And it's something that opposition clubs will have to look at. They just have to... Maybe Courtney Johns is better playing 10 metres behind Trent Henschel and allowing him footy...
The lead up.
...out from goal.
I think you need some mace. There goes Bassett. Rutten. Look at that. Under no pressure, Rutten generally uses the ball pretty well, and this is no exception. Pinpoint accuracy. Downey comes across and takes the mark, and he says he's modelled himself as a footballer on Neil Craig. Survey says 100.
Good answer.
Oh, yeah, that is the right answer, is it not? McLeod comes back on. John Cock comes off. And that applause for McLeod, but also for John Cock. He's a crowd favourite as well. Rutten short. Downey once more.
No one's picked Andrew McLeod up just at the minute. I wonder how long it'll take. If they win the possession here, well, now
there you go.
19 possessions for Downey. Stevens has got the football. Downey has had 20-plus possessions for the last 5 weeks. Here's Riley. Barely inside the centre square.
He got a stack too, Brent Riley. He's 21 kicks and 10 marks.
Kick it to McGregor.
Across the ground. McGregor.
A lot of space out this side now.
Yes, and Bode is breaking towards it. The kick holds him up a little bit. Almost took the clever mark anyway. Rashudo struggling, surrounded. The hand pass ineffective. Laycock. Now Johnson, right half back. There's Fletcher. Defensive side of the wing. Thought about going by hand to Peverill, who's really touched it tonight. Now he decides to go across the ground with a punishing kick. It was a good one. Lucas has it inside the centre square. Goes for distance too. That is a telling kick, setting up the forward, and McPhee takes the mark, always to his advantage.
Crow supporters looking for a free kick. A couple of movements. Sometimes they're paid. When you're 100 and, what is it now, 117 down, you tend to get a bit of an easier one.
And also the umpire doesn't like when you do overact. He pushed him on the back of the shoulder, and he threw the head forward.
Well, the swinging the changes now. Edwards and McGregor having a spell. Thompson and Burton back on.
Adam McPhee, meantime, steps inside the 50. Goes from 45. Looking to work it back right to left. It doesn't come back. He misses to the right-hand side.
How powerful is this Adelaide side, too, in terms of physical strength, standing up in the tackle? Saw Goodwin just shrugged 3 Essendon players off. A really strong team.
McLeod found Downey, who goes in the Bassett direction. Got a push. Well played by Lucas. Sends it back inside 53 to beat Hashill. Matner. Adelaide players getting back as soon as they saw the turnover. Ball towards the wing. Shepherd took him out early.
Nonetheless, Big David Hill got 2 hands to that ball on the lead.
Lucas. Winderlick. Pops it to the pocket. The mark taken by Monfries. 1:57 plays 41. Yet to kick a goal in this final term, the Bombers. Only kicked the 1 in the second, only kicked the 1 in the third. And another miss to the near side. 1:57 plays 42, and it's 9 losses in a row now for the Bombers. First time since 1934. And this is, at the moment, the worst start to a season ever under Kevin Sheedy, and that bad start just continues to dog him. Van Berlo back to Goodwin. The 1-2. Inside 50 towards Burton. Caught under it. Fletcher knocks it down. Riley. Nash got a handball out. Welsh. Now Bolton. Touched. Play on. Straight up in the air. Down towards Van Berlo. Couldn't grab it. Ball bobbling. Stanton. Winderlick, who's tried hard. And McVeigh.
McVeigh's away. Hasn't seen much of the football in the second half, but that is beautiful disposal. Hill. Now Lucas is going to be a very long kick. He got the distance okay, but that was a ragged kick. Barely behind.
David Hill has taken 6 marks now. He's up against the All-Australian fullback, and I know you're not a fan of him leading, Den, but he has led all right.
Oh, yeah, he's been okay, particularly when he's one out down there. I suppose there's no option but to come up and meet people bringing the ball up. Massey around the outer side. Rashudo was pushed in the back. Well, that's where it gets tricky because they were pushing their luck on the forward line, so to speak. Got away with it that time. It's deemed in the back. And
that's been in back all the year, though.
Well, I thought that was less than what we saw a couple of moments ago at the other end. Still,
but one's the spoiling attempt and one's the man going the mark holding his ground. That's a definite push to offsettle his balance, so he can't mark.
Holding his ground?
No, when he was in front at the other end.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
This bloke Robert Shirley, this is how disciplined they are. Went on to Joe Watson's, kept him to 3 touches after half-time.
At the back of the pack, Marriage goes after it. Going away from goal now, brandishes it in one hand. Strong tackle applied down there by Burton. And the ball goes across the boundary line. It'll be thrown in. He applied that tackle on Slattery.
Was Riley hurt? Went down a couple of minutes ago. Oh, Thompson might add his name. Scott Thompson gets his first. And the onslaught continues.
These days, there's so much to worry about. Do you have enough? Is it better over there? What if? It can mean you're living scared. MLC believes to make the most of tomorrow, simply make the most of what you've got today. MLC, Investments, Superannuation, Insurance.
Adelaide have kicked their highest score against Essendon in their history, and they've got 14 goal kickers who played a part. Marriage goes up. Thompson, who got the last goal. No, they're not. Down towards half forward, awkward bouncing football. Henschel comes up, works Johns off the line of it. Watson did well to Nash, hurriedly towards the outer side wing. Winderlick goes down towards half forward. Johnson runs to space, takes the mark. He's at left half forward, feeds it back. Dyson, I'm not sure he's played much at all tonight. Dyson, and what's he done? He's kicked a goal.
Yeah, we got a tool shop here. It's pretty good in there. I go in there sometimes to grab a tape measure or something, spend 15 minutes walking around thinking about the things I wouldn't mind picking up when I get paid.
Bosch lithium-ion cordless driver, $66. Outdoor bistro blinds, $125. GMC 1800-watt electric chainsaw, $99. 12-rail clothes era, $6.90. If you happen to find a cheaper price on a stock item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Pretty hard to come in and not see something that you know.
Bunnings Warehouse! Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Hasn't been the best 250th game for Dustin Fletcher.
Someone was going to enjoy it. One of the 250 gamers was going to have a big night.
From the ball up. It's kind of gone to the plan, really. As we expected. Watson knocked it out to Mark Johnson. Heffernan. Little handball to Nash is good.
Now they handball run to receive when the tackling sting's gone out of Adelaide.
Monfries to Nash to McVeigh. Stevens cuts it off. Dowdy missed it. Dyson the hip and shoulder. Winderlick. 17 possessions so far tonight for Winderlick. He's played well. Ball still in the middle to Welsh. Welsh over the top of it, and Welsh was going nowhere and have to give the ball back to the umpire. There's Kevin Sheedy, who actually sent Welsh and the whole leadership group over to Japan and Hiroshima at the start of last season. Puts this impending disaster of this season into perspective. Bounce. Laycock gets it out of the middle. Dyson, and now Lovett Murray. Got a handball out. Toe poke okay from Dyson. McLeod. There's the man enjoying 250. Has a bounce down the wing. Sends it in Rashudo's direction over his head. Burton, who started it all. Free kick, and it'll go to McPhee.
Very late whistle. McPhee to Lucas. Just looking for the advantage. Lucas sets it up over the head of Pepperell, who goes on to apply a strong tackle. With Adelaide working forward. Knights to Shirley, 60 metres out. Shirley down towards full forward. Rashudo too strong. Simply too strong.
He just knew where the ball was dropping to. Protects that zone with brutal strength.
Better and better every minute of the game's gone on, Mark Rashudo. And the thing about this started with Nathan Bassett back here. Left his man by 25 metres to effect a spoil. And as he did it, he got there, which was great, but someone peeled off and covered his man. And that is, they're just in tune, they're in sync. 14 individual goal kickers, they had 14 in round 5. So they've got the best spread of goal kickers in the competition.
Courtney John's coming off. But just tell him he's got a bit of a limp. I hope it's not that hip injury. We'll get... well, Chomper's better. Look at it. The top man with the goal.
Rashudo pops it through. He's got 3.
That was Dermot, not me, Tone, by the way.
You wrote it down for me.
Just come off Courtney Jones.
Tony Jones.
So we'll sort that out in a minute. And the route, it's gone beyond the route.
Yeah, fizzling.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the other interesting one is Martin Matner in this side, and he has been sent back to the SANFL at various stages, and he's desperate. That's why they keep pushing on here.
It's their 5th highest score ever against any club, the Adelaide Crows, and we've still got 6 minutes and 44 seconds to enjoy. Laycock, from an Adelaide perspective, Thompson to Goodwin. High inside 50, McGregor! He's got 2, Ken McGregor.
He's been almost, well, they've had 22 best players, but he's been up right at the very top, this man.
He's actually tapped very well in this last quarter, Ivan Maric.
It's a great mark, that.
That is a good mark, because the pack was coming. And you virtually had to jump straight up. Ken McGregor kicking a goal, number 3, starts at left, brings it back, touched on the line, and a behind to Adelaide.
Ooh, they've been rare for Adelaide tonight.
Yeah. Hit the tired kick. Put everything into it. Didn't get the trip. Lucas, Lovett Murray. Little 1-2.5 back. Lovett Murray to the wing. Humphreys missed it. Bolton did well. Kept coming, Bolton. Probing kick to half forward. Johnson gets back and takes the mark 40 metres out.
He's actually run pretty hard in this last quarter to try and make position forward of the ball carrier. Slams his own head into the ground here when he marks. This is the replay down the other end.
Shepherd. He's worked hard, Mark Johnson. Hasn't... none of the Essendon players would want to have a look at this game back, but in terms of endeavour and discipline, much better discipline from him tonight. I reckon he's taken a step forward.
And this club at one of the low points in its history right now. Proud club, great club, really struggling. Johnson tucks the kick, and as a result hits the post. Wasting no time, McLeod finds Rutten, who punches the ball up towards the wing, and the mark is held in front there by Edwards.
Well, Sydney in round 7 against depleted Richmond kicked 28 goals, a total of 180 points. They're 1 goal shy of the 28 now, Adelaide.
Edwards to Maric, to Bassett, to Stevens. Pokes it through the midfield, Rashudo. The star turns around and plays on quickly, sent it long. Burton flies. Good hands. And the Birdman always was going to mark that.
I'd rate that the best mark of the evening. His hands clamped around that. Look at that absolute pull around that he gets. That's a fantastic pair of hands.
I rate this the best forward line in the competition, Dern.
And that's without Perry.
Without Perry to us.
In fact, we've got Ian Perry, Ben Hart, maybe Matthew Clark.
Welsh.
I like Collingwood.
Maybe Ben Hudson to come back into this Adelaide unit. 4 goals to Brett Burton.
He's been a star too, Brett Burton, all night. Just worked and worked and ran and ran. What about Rashudo? Just goes in the middle and starts to take over in there. Not much resistance at all from the Bombers. I mean, Derm, you can lose games, and we can make, not excuses, but throw reasons up about the youngsters. It's gone beyond that a bit, hasn't it? Just while we watch this last passage, just has it gone beyond just the youngsters are out, they're out there and their stars are missing, because this is getting a bit beyond the pale.
Look, as you've called it, as we watch it go forward again, trying to kick the 29, which is the highest goal tally for the season so far. The Birdman, will he? No. Well, the thing is, it has gone to play excessively, but what we're looking at is people are saying, like, Mark Johnson's going for it now. 50 metres on the play here. We've got all these other boys who are having a go. They've tackled hard when in position too. But really, not one Essendon player has gone out there and actually done something to try and change the nature or the trend of this game. And then even if they are having a go, tackling, chasing when they have to, it's meekly a surrender in the total wash-up. It's 126 points. That's succumbing.
Bassett to McLeod. Timely get back to Bassett. Down goes Burton, and that'll be 50. It should be 50. Why isn't it 50? Well, that player was just cruising past, according to the umpire. It was an act of God. There goes Rashudo down towards the pocket. Some wrestling down there. Goodwin went to ground. McPhee, Hill. And now Bolton runs out of the back pocket. High ball to the wing. It's 2-on-1. Lucas has got it.
Or is it a case of perhaps the best team in the competition playing near their best versus the bottom team in the competition playing near their worst?
They got smashed by the worst team in the competition last week, Port Adelaide, isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
That is Winderlick. Back to Monfries, his second possession in the space of 15 seconds to McPhee, who fired up moments ago in the back pocket.
No, totally devoid of confidence, Essendon. What they're doing now, look, it's almost like, let's try and get the chip kick. Only occasionally do they do this. Take the run and the risk element into it and run forward and get the ball going with some fluency.
Lovett Murray towards Solomon. Slaps it out. Rutten. Nearly a head-high one. Got out of it. And the boundary line might be the sanctuary. Here it is. Tony Jones.
Well, I think Dermot was a bit worried Courtney Johns might have suffered a recurrence of that hip injury. They've been working on his calves for cramps, so the calf muscle is quite a distance from his hip.
Oh, thank you, Tony.
We'll be speaking to Kevin Sheedy after the game tonight, so there will be some questions put to the great man, but they've been getting worse and worse each week, Essendon, and tonight they've played like it's next month.
Well, I've seen enough to suggest that this side, Adelaide, are going to be right there at the business end of the year. Gabba next week taking on the lines, the Saints, Geelong and Sydney. Big month coming up, but they are ready for anything. Adelaide.
On the ball up, Thompson and Johnson. Free kick to Mark Johnson.
No, he was under the pump. Yeah, if he doesn't get the kick away, then all of a sudden there's no advantage.
There's your explanation. Too far out to score, Mark Johnson. Adelaide still getting players back. Inside 2 minutes.
Scotty Lucas looking for the scungy little one sideways so he can get the long bob.
Laycock leading short. That's ignored.
Step in.
He got the play on call. He runs to 60. Sends it to the goal square. It's a high ball. Marriage getting back well. Ball knocked out. Stevens keeps it alive to Rashudo. And they might reload here to McLeod, the superstar, in game 250. Bounces his way down a packed outer wing. Full house here at Amy Stadium, and they roar. Sends it to Bassett. Too far out to have a shot. Pokes it inside 50 to another one of their heroes, Ken McGregor.
McLeod in full sight, it have to be one of the best images in footy, surely, when he just goes like that. This is just beautiful to watch. Being composed enough to go back inside.
That ball's skidding a long way away from him, but he's going that quick, he catches up with it.
Time ticking down. It's been a grand night for one of the great players of the AFL, Andrew McLeod. Ken McGregor. He's kicked 2. Chance to make it 3 for him and 29 for the Adelaide Crows. Pretty good off the boot. He's got 3. The Crows have got 29.
Oh, dear me. What a night for that man, Andrew McLeod, and the Adelaide Footy Club. They will put this all into the perspective that it needs to be put in, and the only perspective they need to worry about is what Neil Craig has in mind for his team, but I don't care how ordinary the opposition are when you can win by 132 points. You're a very hard taskmaster if you can come to training on Monday and say you're not completely happy. So this has been quite unbelievable from Adelaide's point of view. I think we all came here expecting a bit of a blowout, but this has gone beyond what we thought.
Biggest win ever by a team in round 10 of the competition. Obscure, I know, but there you go. For a shootout, Thompson, away they go again. Thompson to half-court. Can they get the 30? Here's a chance. McGregor, we're down to 5 seconds. You bet they can. 30! It's all over mercifully for the Bombers. 30 goals, 8 to 6-14. A massacre.
Well, Dennis, they've done it on the bell. Their highest ever score in the competition, the Adelaide Crows. Their previous best back in 1997 up against Richmond. Kenny McGregor has done it on the button. And that is quite an extraordinary night of football that we've seen here from the Adelaide Crows. They've got winners. They are absolutely cherry ripe. I know there's a long way to go, but they are even across the board, and I couldn't have been any more impressed than, well, the Sheeds he's been an absolute master for a long period of time. I wonder what his take on all this. I've been looking forward to hearing from him after the game. Let's go down now to the ground, onto the ground. For a man that has drilled us all over the past 10 or 12 years, and he did it again tonight, celebrating 250 games, Andrew McLeod with Tony Jones.
Yeah, thanks very much, Gary. Well, first of all, Andrew, congratulations on the 250th. Quite a way to mark that milestone.
Yeah, it was, always came here to play tonight, and yeah, look, it's fantastic playing games like that, but yeah, the boys up forward, we didn't do much work down back, the boys up forward, just, they were awesome.
Well, I think Gary was saying in the commentary that probably, in his view, and a lot of others now, the best forward line in the competition. It'll take some beating, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't rate us that high yet. We're still improving, but yeah, look, we got some pretty awesome talent up there. Trent Henshaw then kicked 8 goals tonight. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we're going to have a chat to him in the rooms, but that scoreline there, 30 goals, 8. It's magnificent, isn't it?
Oh, it's good to play in those games. You don't often get to do it, so you might as well enjoy them.
Now, cast your mind back to the first quarter, that fantastic mark you took over on the wing there.
Yeah, and then Graham took one down.
Yeah.
He just had to better me, but no, it's good. I don't often take those, so you got to make the most of them.
Now, what happened at three-quarter time? What happened? You went down the rooms. What was wrong?
Oh, I just went down and got a bit of loving from the dock, and just came back on, and yeah, not much happened down there.
There's plenty of love in this stadium tonight, so well done, Andrew.
Thanks. Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Well done indeed. Adelaide kicked 6 goals in the first quarter, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, and finished off with a 10-goal last quarter.
Essendon's 4th worst loss in their history.
Yeah, look, have they fallen that far in this period of time, or was that just unacceptable?
You're asking me.
I am posing the question that will linger in the airways until we can speak to the coach, I guess.
Well, on face value, it's unacceptable coming off last week, isn't it? I mean, they started and they gave us about 15 minutes, the old Andy Warhol 15 minutes to start, but after that, it simply fell away, and that last quarter would have to be embarrassing, and I wonder how many Essendon supporters would have stuck with us all the way.
Well, that's the fine line you walk. You can continue to roll out the positive spin, but in the end you wonder whether it lets them off the hook a bit, whether it hurts enough.
Well, I think different clubs have different expectations too. I mean, Essendon have been a wonderful club, a power club in the competition. VFL, the AFL, you name it. I mean, they've always been around the mark. This is as low as I've ever seen them.
Well, Blaine, you've been an Adelaide boy for a long period of time. This unit, I mean, that man there is just getting back into some of his very, very best form. But I don't know what's in the water over here, but it's age-defying because their stars, Rashudo, Goodwin, Edwards, Cloud are playing as well as they have.
And you have to take your hat off to Neil Craig's man management skills because he knows how to keep these guys at the peak of their fitness whilst giving them rests. He's a fan of periodisation or working them harder at specific times and giving them rests at other times, and he is a master. He really does work hard on fitness issues, Neil Craig. They say that he's got reams and reams of data on his desk in his office that no one else in the world could read, but he knows what they mean and he puts them into practice, and they don't do any training at all that is not game specific.
And just watching them as Andrew McLeod, after 250, comes off, and today he thrilled us. Some magic again, as there have been in all of those 250 games. That mark in front of our commentary position, quite outstanding. It seems that everybody knows their role in this team. They're clearly defined. Other teams throw players around, but with Adelaide, it is very much about knowing your role in the scheme of things. And I get the feeling, just looking at them, you can do your own thing with Neil Craig as long as it closely resembles his thing.
Look, I've got no doubt. Look, I've again got a forward line bias. I love watching forward lines work, and that was just backing up what you said. They knew where they were going. They all worked for one another. And I reckon at any time throughout the game, the expectation of each other is very, very clear. And you look across the board at this team here now, that was I mean, standout, sure, Henschel 8 goals, but very even contribution. The gap between the best and there's no such thing as a worst tonight is very, very minimal.
And you think about Rashido as well and McLeod. I mean, they are as good a players as we've seen in the last 40, 50 years. We talk about Hurd all the time. We talk about Buckley all the time and Voss all the time. But Rashido and McLeod are up there with those.
That's a very good point. We will turn our attention to Essendon at some stage, but right now we are just enjoying this 138-point obliteration of the opposition.
Interesting seeing Don Pike there, too, a former West Coast Eagle. His dad was very much of the sports science mould, wasn't he? Frank Pike, if you think back.
And they've got Charlie Walsh working with them as well.
Have a listen. Me, but they sounded in tune even. That's how well this side is travelling. We'll take a break here at Amy Stadium. When we come back, we'll dissect tonight's proceedings. But right now, it's the Adelaide Crows celebrating a 138-point victory over the Bombers.
I'm Andy McLeod, and this is my Friday night.
Congratulations, mate. Fantastic achievement.
The contest, McLeod. Weber.
McLeod the front. From defensive 50. Chips it to the wing. Nicely measured pass. McLeod. Here they go. McLeod bounces through the midfield. He's got some space. Ball out to Peverill. McLeod! Big one in game 250, and he's been plated.
Anyway, I think it's a milestone game for this bloke.
McLeod comes back on. John Cock comes off.
McLeod. There's the man enjoying 250. And McLeod, the superstar, in game 250. Bounces his way down a packed outer wing. Full house here at Amy Stadium, and they roar.
Just watching them as Andrew McLeod, after 250, comes off, and today he thrilled us.